Watco Company, Commerce Bank, Vogel Heating and Air, Community National Bank and Trust, Spigarelli Law Firm, Crossland Construction, University Bank, SEK Urgent Care, Jocksitch Sporting Goods, Kennar Eye Care, the Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, Lane Lord Basketball Camp, Lindbergh Pharmacy, Pet Care and Surgery Center, Pittsburg State University, and Ryan Insurance.
Now let's go live courtside for tonight's pregame show on ESPN 100.7.
Week 8 of Kansas high school basketball is set to begin from Pittsburg, Kansas, as Chris Krotz's 6-9 Lady Dragons are set to take on Mike Kroll's 8-7 Lady Parsons Vikings here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. And a merry welcome to Pittsburg High School alongside Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you for this Tuesday night Kansas State High School basketball clash as the Purple Dragons coming off a big-time victory against the Independence Lady Bulldogs on Friday. Final score 41-35, earned their 6th victory of the year under the tutelage of first-year head coach Chris Krotz. Avi, both Mike Kroll for the Vikings and Coach Krotz for the Dragons seeking to go 500 at SEK play. Both teams 3-4 on the year, and this is a recreation of a matchup back in December where the final score was 53-51. The Vikings beating the Dragons at home. It was a thriller.
Absolutely a thriller, Cameron. That was a great game to call. You and I both had the pleasure of calling that one. A very intense matchup, but, you know, I've said this a couple times in a row now. I'm going to say it again. This is two different ball clubs from that last time that they have faced, Camo. We are seeing a more improved Pittsburgh Dragon team since over the days that we have called them. And I guarantee you, Parsons has definitely got better. And there's specifically one girl that this Dragon team got shut down, and that's Nina Taylor, because she was impressive the last time we saw her out.
Taylor with 25 points last time out. Madden Petty for the Dragons, the stellar freshman, contrastly dropped 25 points of her own, 4 or 5 from deep in that contest. But we'll hear more about those two stellar players here in just a moment as Chris Krotz will talk about his Lady Dragons and their approach coming into tonight's contest. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with more Pittsburgh High School Purple Dragon action in 2 minutes here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Account pay you up to $15 per month. With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Business. CDL is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Hello, and we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Cam Molina joined by Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz. Coach, last time out, a big-time road to victory for you and your girls, downing the Independence Bulldogs by 6 points, 41-35. Can you just walk me through that matchup and how big of a win it was for your club?
Well, I just feel like it was kind of us getting over a major hurdle there. We've been in, I feel like at the first of the year, we were in some games through the first half, and then I feel like here lately we've been in some games that maybe we weren't supposed to be in through three quarters, and it was finally just a case where I felt like late in that game we kind of looked up and went, oh, crap, we can win this thing, and I think that they kind of got some confidence and pulled through and got the win.
Coach, if you could walk me through that fourth quarter of action, your girls nearly doubling the output of Independence. Your girls dropped 18 points in that final quarter of play. Can you talk about the offensive side of things and how well the ball was moved around, and then defensively holding Independence to so few points?
I feel like if you take away maybe some games where we've had to foul late, our defense has been there in the fourth quarter. I think this was just a time when finally we're starting to get confident in our set, confident with where we need to be at, and kind of understanding our roles. And I feel like offensively we just had probably one of our best fourth quarters of the year. And then you couple that with the defense that we've been able to play. We were able to extend the lead late in the fourth quarter and pull that one out.
Coach, if you could break down your rotation to start the game. You and I spoke about it post-game, but Madden Petty, your freshman that has been leading the team in scoring, was relegated to the second unit where she really thrived, dropping double-digit points. You had Riley Johnson start. To begin with, how do you think Riley Johnson fared in the starting rotation? It looked like she brought a lot of value defensively.
Yeah, I just kind of mixing things up a little bit. Yeah, I thought Riley did a good job defensively. She's really good on the ball and maybe even better on off-the-ball defender, something that sometimes isn't always easy to see, but she does a really good job of always getting herself in a good position off the ball. And I thought she did a good job of running our sets and keeping the ball moving and getting the ball where it needed to be. I thought Riley played really well, and then I thought Madden came in and played good as well. I'll be honest, probably not the best first half for Madden. But I thought something we've been working on with her, and just kudos to her mental toughness. She didn't have a super great first half, but she was able to come back second half and have a really good half.
Currently talking with Chris Krotz, head girls basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. Well, Coach, you talk about the mental toughness of Madden Petty. Have you ever seen something like that from a freshman, just that resiliency?
No, not really. And the thing is like she just has such a competitive fire, and that's what we've been working on is, sometimes her competitive fire with a lot of people competing at it, and especially being so young, that competitive fire can come across the wrong way sometimes. And we've just been working on keeping composure, keeping poise, and, we're starting to see that more, funneling that competitive fire in the right way. And, I think she's getting there.
Well, Coach, at home you will play Parsons. Let's backtrack maybe 2 months ago. You took on the Vikings, Mike Kroll's Parsons Vikings, on the road in their place, losing by a very slim margin in the fourth quarter. To start with, what do you think has changed from then to now? And number two, is this game any different than a normal game, any SEK game, or does this game have a bit more behind it? Is there more of a chippiness between these two squads, more friction?
Well, watching the film of us then and now, I feel like we've gotten better defensively, but I feel, all teams going to usually get better defensively as the year goes on. I see a more comfortableness with us and our offensive stuff. Not only knowing what spots to get at and where to get the ball, but then, what to do with it once we're there. So hopefully being a little more comfortable with our offensive sets will really help us tonight. And, I actually think this is a little more of an important game, not really because of the chippiness. I don't think there's really any chippiness with us and Parsons, but more of just, we've won 2 in a row here, and we're on the second half of our SEK schedule, and I feel like this is really a chance for us to kind of catapult us confidence-wise into a new category of, we really belong in, with where we're at right now in the SEK, and can maybe really thrive and make some noise here at the end of the year.
Once again, that was Chris Krotz, head girls basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. We return shortly here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, with starting rotations ahead of tonight's Dragon and Vikings clash. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Canar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but we never lose sight of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Canar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Let's go back live courtside.
And we do welcome you back courtside inside Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium. 3:30 left before the beginning of the tip-off between the first-year head coach Chris Krotz's Lady Purple Dragons and Mike Kroll's 8-7 Lady Vikings. Alongside Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina here with you. As mentioned prior to the interview with Coach Chris Krotz, the Lady Dragons last time out able to overcome the Independence Lady Bulldogs 41-35 in that contest, Avi. Madden Petty relegated to the second platoon to start the game. Riley Johnson getting the nod to start in that contest. But today we see the opposite. Madden Petty in the starting rotation, Johnson back to that second unit. So you speculated that Petty may have been in that second unit because of fatigue, and for a young player like her, just a freshman, leading the team in scoring, top 3 on the team in rebounds, doing an excellent job, really being the all-around go-to player for this club. That can be pretty tiring.
Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. It's a long season for these high school girls and boys. And, you know, they work hard, and they don't get too many breaks normally. And so I think it was a good call by Coach Krotz by letting Madden, this is her first time at the high school level, so she doesn't really understand, you know, the whole scheduling. And so I think it was a good idea by putting her in at that second unit. Then we saw her at the fourth quarter, and Cameron, she was just fire. She was making everything. Her passion was there. It really sparked the team towards the end of that game, which was a much-needed thing as they got the victory. And I think you said it best Friday. That was the best team game that they had all season.
Yep, I would agree. In contrast, Mike Kroll's Lady Vikings falling in a road tilt 78-59 to the Labette County Grizzlies. It was a huge game for Tristan Gegg, who scored a school record 46 points and also hit a school record 9 trifectas as she eclipsed 2,000 career points. That's the most in school history and SEK conference history on both the men and the women's side. So congratulations to her, but I think Coach Kroll wanted to keep her in check just a bit more. Following a devastating, lopsided loss like that, you would have to imagine the Vikings have a bit of a fire lit under them coming to another road contest against the Dragons.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you and I have talked about how tough this SEK conference is, and it's the PAP has to go through Labette County. It's just the way it is. Tristan Gegg is having video game-like stats, and she's just unbelievable, and that's just a good team. But, you know, so are both of these two teams. I was really looking forward to this matchup. Cameron, you remember the fourth quarter last time, trap, press, that is what killed PHS last time. I think this team has definitely improved from that situation. They know how to overcome the press now, so all they have to do is just stop Nina Taylor, and that's not the easiest thing to do.
And you bring up the topic of cadences between these two teams. They're very similar. Parsons, I think, is more attuned to running those half-court sets compared to the Dragons, but both really like to push the envelope, force the issue, push the ball in transition. Both of these teams 3-4 in Southeast Kansas Conference play. One team will be 500 on the year and have the opportunity to finish top 3 in SEK play. And with that, we will step aside for 2 minutes as the national anthem is set to be sang by the PHS choir, and I think the band's going to join in as well. We will be back with starting rotations in tip-off here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
A melodic rendition of the national anthem by the PHS band section. That segues us into tonight's starting rotation between the Purple Dragons and the Vikings. Beginning with Chris Kratz's Lady Purple Dragons, it is Caden Matlock with Caitlin Kidd, Sophia Pedamani, the sophomore forward, with Abby Casper, the senior, leading the charge. In the backcourt, flanking her will be Madden Petty, the team's leading scorer, who dropped 17 against Independence last Friday. As for Mike Kroll's Lady Vikings, it will be Nina Taylor, Brianna Bador, Ariana McGlory, Ayana Gurrell, and Sydney Kroll. Last time out, Avi, we saw Nina Taylor absolutely dissect and pick apart this Dragons defense en route to 25 points scored. However, the Dragons really keyed in on her in the second quarter, only allowing her to pick up 1 point. It's not as if she's unstoppable, but she is a terrific offensive threat.
Yeah, absolutely, and she is the go-to player on that team, Cameron. And the first time these two they played, they didn't know who this Madden Petty was at the beginning of the season. Now everybody knows exactly who she is and what she's capable of. And so that's why I'm really excited that these teams get to play each other twice, is because you don't know what's going to happen the first time, and then the second time, it's literally the best of the best right now.
Well, it wasn't just Taylor, but Correll came out and performed admirably as well. The venerable Correll dropped 14 points in that contest, and the transfer for Coach Kroll has been a good signal caller on the floor. She'll have a tough matchup tonight against Casper, who, in addition, has vastly improved on the defensive side of things, and we've seen her evolve on the defensive end throughout this season. She really took that overzealous, aggressive approach to start out the year, but has become a bit more reserved in that regard. She still applies great pressure to exterior players, but she is far more cerebral about how she does it. She's not in the passing lanes when a pass is on the opposite wing. She's where she needs to be on the help defense side of things, and has been a good defensive leader on the floor. The Dragons wearing their home white uniforms, purple numerals and letterings, and the Vikings, they're away, cerulean blue uniforms with white numerals and letterings trimmed with yellow. On the right wing, it will be Petty, who circles it around to the left wing. Currently holding the basketball, Sophia Penamani, and she uncorks a pass left corner to Matlock. Matlock will dart a pass back to the top of the key as Parsons shows a 2-3 zone early on, and I think they are going to dare the Dragons to try to beat them from deep. Good read early on by Sydney Kroll, stepping to the near side passing lane, tipping the ball out of bounds. The sphere will stay with the Dragons. 7:37 left in the first. Casper will get it in the front court, about 2 steps away from the mid-court volleyball line. With it, Sophia Penamani, she'll flutter a pass right wing. Penamani will relocate it to the right wing, where Petty's three will shake off the rim and go to the right, and it's corralled by the Vikings. In transition, behind the back, good move by Corral. She will go right-hand teardrop short, and the ball tussling underneath the basket for it is Petty as she will rip it away, prying it out of the hands of Corral, who looks in transition. There's Casper with the ball right wing, who is able to go with a sputtering pass right corner. Petty tests out the waters from deep again. She's now 0 of 2 as Corral will track down the defensive rebound. Early three-point jump shots. Petty not hesitating. Thus far, the first 2 jump shots from behind the arc. Under 7 to go in the first frame of action. Cutting through the key, going to the right corner is Taylor, attacking Corral. She has the ball jarred loose by Matlock and Kidd, the 2 forwards for the Dragons, doing a good job recovering the basketball. Casper will enter the front court, relocates the basketball to Petty, who travels with it. And Petty, already the go-to player for the Dragons offensively out of the gate, but 2 missed shots from deep into travel. Not the production they were looking for in the first minute and a half of action. Coach Kroll wearing his blue Adidas Viking polo with the Viking logo towards the left pec. Attacking Taylor, goes to the Euro step right left. She felt she was in trouble as she was sandwiched between Matlock and Kidd. Turned it over. Casper comes up with their right wing. Petty thought about selling the head fake, but instead of a deke, a good pass to an open Matlock inside the key. Tried to go with the one-time bounce pass to Kidd, and it's stripped. Kroll again able to find the ball and force the turnover. Taylor goes right-hand in-and-out move, will attack right-hand floater, swirls around the orange, falls under the hand of Corral, and it's tracked down by the Dragons' Casper. Her first rebound of the contest, the Dragons' second rebound overall. Matlock catches left block, turnaround right-hand floater, no. Bad shot attempt by Matlock, and then Petty underneath the basket tries to pry it out of the hands of McGlory, but it's a foul on Petty. Her first and the team's first. Petty will have to be very considerate about her fouls in this contest and be a bit more reserved in that regard. She needs to stay on the floor tonight in order for the Dragons to have a shot at winning. Past the timeline, Corral going with a conservative approach before relocating the ball right wing to an open Bador. Bador is able to wrap past Petty, picks up her dribble, holsters it right hip before finding Taylor, who tries to streak inside. The shifty Taylor loses it. It's recovered by Sydney Kroll after the jarring attempt by Casper. Corral catches far side wing before going to the top of the arc. She'll work the sphere with her left glove to her right glove. Casper, good defense on Taylor. She goes with an in-and-out move with the left hand, is able to joust with Casper, goes up, launched through the air by Casper and Kidd, and it's a foul committed by Abby Casper, the team's second, Casper's first in the act of shooting, and that is where Taylor is able to shine inside the key, attacking the basket. She has a penchant of getting to the charity stripe with regularity. The black Nike white swish wearing Taylor's first free throw is good. First point of tonight as well. Taylor, staggered feet, right foot in front of left. Her left knee has a brace on it that is black. Second free throw, swirls in and out, and as it saucers out, it's poked back by Kroll. Good second effort as Taylor ultimately comes up with a deep rebound. Left wing, Corral thought about penetrating inside the lane, but instead of permeating, she'll reverse back out. Stands about 2-3 feet away from the midcourt line where the Purple Dragon logo is at. The scaly purple mythical beast is very daunting as the ball is rotated right wing. Taylor's three, she says it was tipped by a Purple Dragon and airballed out of bounds it goes. Nina Taylor 0-2 from the field to start. In the backcourt, with just man press, will be the Vikings. Nina Taylor greeting Casper about 3 steps into the front court. Ball fluttering past right wing. Petty goes with an oblong pass back to the top of the point. Bounce pass by Casper, right wing. Petty 3 switches it home. So Madden Petty 1 of 3 from downtown thus far, and she has taken all but 1 shot for the Dragons. Matlock has that reservation as she's 0-1 from the floor. 3-1 the score. Dragons up 2. 4:30 remaining in the first quarter of play. Taylor, right-hand floater, no. She'll track down her rebound, and then a vicious parry by her as she's able to duck inside for the lay-in. 3 points, 2 rebounds early on from Taylor. Past the midcourt line, Petty is trying to work past Bador towards the far side wing, but she was bumped by the hip of Bador. Petty steps out of bounds. Turnover by the Dragons. Viking basketball. Viking fans, minimal thus far, more Dragon fans. There's more purple than blue in the stands, but I'm sure that will change once the boys' game starts to begin its action. Taylor will go to the near side elbow, interchanging with the recently subbed in Allie Hicks, who was relegated to the second unit. Correll step back right wing 3, that one well off target. Kroll with the offensive rebound. She misses. McGlory, another offensive rebound as Hicks goes with a head fake. Pass to Correll. Correll travels. So the opportunities have been there for the Vikings, execution lacking. Casper feels the little 1-2-1 press by the Vikings, and it's nearly a turnover. Nina Taylor, good read at midcourt, as she's able to get a fingertip, maybe just a nail on the sphere, and it will go out of bounds. Near side inbound in front of the purple media table for Sophia Pinamani. Casper catches it at the point, finds to the high post kid to Petty, right corner, back to Casper, head fake, and she walked with it. Another turnover by the Dragons. We've had a staccato pace thus far, no transition buckets yet, and we're almost 5 minutes into the contest. Both teams playing a bit sloppy. Crossover, left to right, underneath the knees by Correll. Good chest pass to an open McGlory, who will find and relocate the basketball to Taylor, who will barge inside the key right-hand floater. That one falls silkily through the bottom of the nylon. 5-3 the score. Matlock catches in the backcourt from Casper. Sophia Pinamani hesitates. She's feeling quite anxious as she will uncork a pass that's read by Correll. She'll get tied up with Kidd. Held ball. Possession will stay with Parsons as the arrow flickers their direction. 3:08 remaining in the first. 5-3 is the score. Dragons trailing by 2. Corral with the Vikings logo, wearing a traditional Vikings cap with the horns on her right side of her thigh. Goes to the chest pass to Kroll, who will scour the perimeter, prospects, and as she scouts, she picks up her dribble. The ball reversed back to Hicks, defended by Petty, who follows her through the key. Nina Taylor, with that blinding speed, gets on the hip of Matlock, uses the window effectively, and another floater ricochets off the window and spikes through the bottom of the net. In transition now, it is Casper looking for Kidd. Right elbow, Petty catches, takes a long lunge from the right short corner, rebounded by Sophia Pinamani. She scores, and that's met with a ton of cheers from the Purple Dragon cheer section. Correll dribbles with her dominant right hand, cycled over to an open Nina Taylor, who will work through to the left wing. Hicks with the sphere rotates it to Kroll, who has Sophia Pinamani on her left hip. Good poke away by Pinamani. Matlock recovers, but Matlock nearly turned it over as she looked for Pinamani deeper in the recesses of the backcourt. And now Casper asking for a play as Riley Johnson, the sophomore guard for the Dragons, set to check in. Left wing, Casper, her trifecta, shellacks it in from downtown. Abby Casper and the Dragons, 2 of 4 from deep, and in turn have shot 3 of 6 thus far, 50% compared to the 3 of 5 for Parsons. 8-7 the score. Dragons up by a singular point. 1:40 left in the frame. Kroll interchanges with Hicks about 4 steps away from the top of the arc. Kroll navigates inside the horseshoe to the far side ring. She's tied up with Petty in a double dribble by Hicks. Riley Johnson will come in sporting the number 4, which is a violet numeral trimmed with gray. Sophia Pinamani will catch a breath, so a smaller set, if you will, for the Dragons, trying to use their speed to outmaneuver the stouter Parsons front. Left wing extended. It's Johnson. Has it poked loose by Correll, who nearly tracked it down following a kebab sled slide. Kroll comes away with the steal, her second of the game. Corral goes into the chest of Johnson. Right-hand floater high out the window. That one goes. And I've said it throughout the season, Johnson, a fantastic talent, but feet in front of head. She really needs to slow down her game. Petty, Euro step, brings the ball above her forehead and scores in the right short corner, right block to the basket. Petty, 5 points in the contest, 10-9 the score, under 60 to go. Taylor, 2 steps away from the top of the half circle. Will attack right, goes with an elongated right-hand hook shot. That one well off target. Taylor slow to get up. Numbers for the Dragons. Matlock catches underneath the can. Bounce pass, Kidd. Bad angle for her. Tipped away by Kroll. Really a cherry pick attempt for Taylor, who has the ball poked loose. Taylor tracks it down near the Purple Dragon sideline. Casper tries to recover. Kidd turns her back to Taylor, and Taylor scores in response. Back and forth affair inside Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium. 11-10 is the score. Dragons down 1. Right wing, Petty brings the ball below her knees. Cocks it to her forehead, relinquishes the basketball to an open Johnson. Casper flashes back to the sphere. Under 10 to go. Coach Crotch stomping his feet, wanting a left block play to be run for Kidd. It's executed well. The floater falls from the right hand. Corral, midcourt heave. It's up and to the right. After 1 quarter of play, we have an exhilarating ball game. A girls' contest that is 12-11 in favor of the 6-9 Lady Purple Dragons. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but a wage garnishment can make it hard to pay the rent, pay the pharmacy, or even feed the family. Bankruptcy can be a viable option to help families cope with unfortunate and unforeseen financial hardship. Call Steve Stockert at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for a consultation to find out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you and your family. Call today. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, 620-231-5620. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
For those of you hankering for post-Super Bowl excitement, we have that in store for you here on ESPN 100.7. 12-11 our current score. The Lady Purple Dragons currently edging in front of Mike Kroll's Lady Vikings after 1 quarter of play. Alongside Avi Sharma, Sylvie White, our excellent board up. Back in our KSHQ studio, Cam Molina with you. Go Philadelphia Eagles. I had to say it. My favorite NFL team, winning the Super Bowl. I've been a fan for 13, 14 years, and it finally happened. And I had a lot of my friends there. Avi, you never showed up after that invite was extended to you, so I appreciate that. Matlock to inbound into the front court. Johnson will catch it as the Purple Dragons offensively will go right to left on your dial. Petty catches right wing extended, will attack left-handed, goes near side elbow, fights through, plunges inside the lane, and then the Hail Mary toss off the window goes. A lot better attempt than Tom Brady. Corral, 14-11 the score, crosses in between the legs from right to left, wearing her right and left compression shin brace, is stolen away following an errant bounce pass by Taylor. Petty, full head of steam, chugging along, and she's fouled on the floor. 7:30 left in the first half of action, and actually before a foul was called, it was a turnover by Petty. 14-11 the score, Dragons up 3. That's a bit surprising.
I didn't see what the call was. I'm not sure. It might have been a travel or something.
I think it was a travel. I noticed Petty was underneath the basket, but I thought she was bumped into on her way to the rim. Corral, regardless, receives a chest pass from Kroll. Hicks right wing, trying to size up Johnson, who's staving her off with the left hand, and with that, it's a touch foul by Johnson. So that is Johnson's first and the team's third. The Dragons, 3 team fouls to reiterate compared to the 0 of Parsons. Matlock will sub out as Ella Hendrickson comes in. Right corner 3, by Bador off the inbound, no. Rebound by Hendrickson, her first rebound of the night. Hendrickson catches at the point. The floor will cut through the middle of the lane as she jackknives through the lane. It's Casper, right wing 3, tipped away, loose ball recovered by Casper. Long shot, long rebound, good effort by the front court for the Dragons. Ball dash to the left wing where Johnson's at. Johnson under duress. She needs to get out of her hand to Petty. One touch pass to Casper on the left wing, and a foul committed by Corral, an extremely aggressive defender. And you have to appreciate that aggression and assertiveness if you are Coach Kroll. First team foul committed by Parsons. First on Corral, Petty to inbound, far side out in front of some Purple Dragon fans. One in particular wearing a pink camo jacket. Right wing with it. Petty, ball cocked above her head. The laces twirl in the air. Johnson, chest pass left wing to Casper. Casper will canter back to the point, rotated to Petty, who finds Johnson again. Right wing, Petty sells the head fake. It's Hacks. Goes to the Euro step, right hand, no. Rebound by Hendrickson, weak side, and she scores. That's exactly what the Dragons want, to have someone on that weak side or someone on the slip to be able to recover after Petty attacks. Corral, a very awkward shot that goes to the left side of the can, bounces off the orange and then is recovered by Casper. Her second rebound of the night. Corral drops to 50% shooting. Right wing, Petty, head fake as she tried to deke out Hicks. It's Casper, pull up, deep two, finishes +1. The 17-footer swishes through. She says, just added to my tab. Just another day at the office for Abby Casper. Matlock and Cassidy Odell, the sophomore guard, to check in for Madden Petty and Ella Hendrickson. And Coach Krotz and Coach Keith Matlock for the Dragons have to be extremely impressed with their bench as of late. Cassidy Odell, the last 3 matchups, averaging over 3 points per contest, and Ella Hendrickson giving Coach Krotz nearly 5 minutes per contest. 18-11 is the score. Dragons on an early 6-0 run to start the top of the second. We are back at 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 1007.
Hi, I'm Kendall Gammon. You may know me as a Kansas City Chief, but I'm also a proud graduate of Pittsburg State University. Pittsburg State offers more than 200 degree programs, small class sizes, and tuition so affordable, it earned Pittsburg State a top 10 ranking on Washington Monthly's Collegiate Best Bang for Your Buck list. But don't take my word for it. Visit Pittsburg State and see why there's nothing like being a gorilla. Learn more at pittstate.edu/BA Gorilla.
Let's go back live courtside.
After the timeout, Abby Casper will have one free throw, knocking in, really swishing in a 17-footer. Hicks fouled her first team second. Matlock tips it backwards into the hands of Nina Taylor. So Taylor will covet her third rebound of the contest. She has 9 points thus far. Corral wraparound bounce pass to McGlory and travel. McGlory, far side block, near side end of the court, walked with it before going up, and she felt pressure from behind. And now it looks like a little 1-2-1 in effect for Parsons. Odell will catch. Good read by Taylor. Pokes it up in the air. Hot potato drill. Corral, Taylor, and the fast break basket for Nina Taylor falls. She is 5 of 7 from the floor, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and that is met immediately with the timeout. And that 1-2-1 press with the 2 at the point of the diamond, if you will, because if you think about a 1-2-1, from a full court perspective, looking down, you have someone at the point in the backcourt, 2 at the midcourt line, and 1 acting as the tail end. You bring that tail and one of the sides into trap, whatever side is congruent with the pass from the offense. That defense can trap Odell. Worked her way into the corner at midcourt, and it was a good trap by Parsons, forcing the turnover in the layup. And Coach Krotz knows it's been an Achilles heel throughout the season. This team's really worked on breaking that full court trap in practice, but Coach Kroll finding that little sliver in the armor of the Dragons. Odell catches in the backcourt this time to Casper, who scans, delivering a bullet pass to Kidd at the arc, rotates it left wing. Odell lobs it over. Sophia Pinamani works inside, steps through, long, rebound by Kroll. Kroll loses it off of Odell's shoe. It will be Parsons basketball. And Coach Krotz barking out orders saying we cannot have 4 high at the top of the arc on the full court press break and not have anybody just standing wide open towards the baseline. We have to do that. 5 minutes left in the half. 18-13 the score. Dragons enter the second quarter, the first 2 minutes of action on a 6-0 run. That has been broken by Parsons following the Taylor lay-in. She has 11 points, a game high currently. Corral crossing over right to left. No look bounce pass, but McGlory steps through high off the glass and scores. That has to be 3 to 4 times in this game that Corral has dashed inside, has drawn attention like a magnet to herself, and then found McGlory, but McGlory has either traveled or missed. Sophia Pinamani, far side wing, towards the far side edge of the court, picks up her dribble, finds Kidd, right wing 3 from Pinamani, air ball, Odell's there, and converts following the offensive rebound. Good job by Cassidy Odell scoring. such a gritty, hard-nosed player for this Dragon team, and you always need one of those on your squad. Dragons drop to 2 of 5 from deep. Bador, chest pass, left wing, Kroll operating with a black hairband. Ball poked loose by Matlock. In help defense, loses track of Corral. Matlock, a great versatile defender, will reverse back out as Coach Kroll makes the OK sign with his left hand, 3 fingers up saying run 3, run 3. 3 players along the baseline running right to left. Kroll catches right corner. Taylor flashes up. Good defense by Casper sticking with her. Crossover by Taylor. Thought about popping a deuce from the high post. Right corner. Corral. Air ball. Odell there for the rebound. Casper on the break. Scans. Looks to bounce pass. She'll pull up under her own accord. Banks it in. Abby Casper. Something has gotten into her tonight with those mid-range jump shots, using the window and then the 17-foot swish plus the foul against Allie Hicks. 2-team fouls so far by the Vikings, 3 by the Dragons. Bounce pass to McGlory, again left block from Corral. Kroll will catch far side wing in front of the Dragon student section, all wearing Adidas attire tonight. Crossing over Corral, high post deep 2, that one will saucer out, tracked down by Matlock. Matlock's first rebound of the contest. Right short corner, Penamani has it stripped away from her by Bador. It will be called a held ball, possession arrow Parsons. As Petty will sub in with 1 foul. For PHS now, Odell goes to the bench. It has been a struggle thus far for Ayanna Corral, who is 1 of 4 shooting in the ball game. And the Vikings 0 of 3 from deep, really trying to stretch out the Dragon defense that has been clustered inside. The only reason the score is 22-15 is Nina Taylor, who has 11. Bador steps up for a deep right ring 2 and is able to convert. She makes me bite my tongue, and it's a 5-point edge for the Dragons as Petty stands mid-court in front of the scorer's table. 2:30 left in the half. Casper operates with the sphere in hand, goes with a shallow pass towards the right knee of Penamani. It's stolen away by Kroll. Nina Taylor nearly with the carry. Vikings will attack. In pursuit is Taylor. Euro step again, right to left and scores. Nina Taylor, a sublime talent who has 13 points, and that will induce Coach Krotz to use his second timeout of this first half of action. 2:13 left in the second quarter of play. 22-19, Dragons at home, seeking their first 3-game win streak of the season, and we are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
If you want to improve your basketball skill set, you need to attend one of the Lane Lord basketball camps. Each camper receives individual attention and specific coaching adapted to age and skill level. There's something for everyone. A grade school camp for girls entering 3rd through 8th grade, a high school team camp available on 2 different weekends with both varsity and JV levels of competition, plus satellite camps throughout the summer. All campers receive instruction from head coach Lane Lord, head assistant Amanda David, along with former and current players. For more information, visit them online at lanelordbballcamps.com. Coach Lord and Coach David have seen tremendous success over the past several years, and they begin their recruiting at these camps, with over 20 former campers being signed. Visit lanelordbballcamps.com.
Stream this online at ESPN 1.
Under 2 left in the half, 24-19 the score. Sophia Penamani for the Dragons lays it in, extending the lead to 5. Steal by Sophia Penamani, who has 4 points right now. She'll attack far side right wing to the right ring. Looks for Matlock, who's cutting, and she scores. What a terrific outing thus far for Sophia Penamani, as she will rack up her first assist of the contest and has 4 points as well. And I know it's a small sample size, Avi, but Sophia Penamani piecing it all together early on, potentially having the best game of her season.
Yeah, I agree, Cameron. It seems that Penamani, and not only just her, I'd say the rest of the team is doing a great job overall. Again, there's still one problem. It's shutting down Nina Taylor, but other than that, these girls are playing very well. And we got to credit it yet again, the bench for PHS doing a phenomenal job. Hendrickson, you got Odell, and you got Johnson all coming in playing big minutes so far, stepping up, and then Abby Casper being the senior that she has taken over for this team.
Coach Kroll admonishing his girls on the sideline and then telling his starters to sit down as they will draw up another full court trap to run against the Dragons, as Nina Taylor will check into the scorer's table, I think for Allie Hicks potentially. That's just speculation, but the Dragons' last 2 baskets, one by Penamani, the latter Matlock, have been on press breaks or transition layups, and the full court press starting to become obliterated by the Vikings. No reason to give up on it yet because of the prior history and the pre-existing history between the Dragons squad and full court presses and the difficulty to overcome them. The Dragons will drop back to defend Corral across the prime meridian. She'll wave off Hicks, who will go to the right corner and will cycle back through. Kroll right wing. Taylor trying to shake off Casper. Good deny. Gets in the face of Taylor. Up in her grill. No airspace right now. Airtight defense by Casper. Left wing. Hicks will jab to her left. Bring the ball below her knee with a triple threat. Left short corner to McGlory. Long. Taylor offensive rebound. Strong power dribble foul and one. My goodness, Nina Taylor, a woman on a mission. 7 of 9 from inside the horseshoe overall. 7 of 10, 15 points, 4 rebounds. She had 25 last time out at home. She has 15 already with 1:12 left in the half, and it's a 5-point ball game. Taylor to make it 4, and she does just that. The Dragons need to come up with a solution to at least mitigate some of the offense that Taylor has put up. McGlory, left block, Sophia Penamani, but she'll tip up the ball into the air for a second chance. Like sand volleyball, second opportunity. Corral, crossover, left to right, great tight handles by the point guard for the Vikings. 4-point lead for the Purple Dragons at home as Petty comes up with the loose ball. She gets tangled up with Kroll. Both hit the deck, held ball, and it will be Dragon basketball. Kroll irritated with his girls, and he'll slap the left side of his head, kind of a gesture saying, or expression really saying, come on, we can't make those dunce plays. 45 seconds to go in the half. Casper. Hendrickson in the backcourt with Petty. Casper will catch it mid-court line to Hendrickson. Right corner 3. Petty, sail. Sophia Penamani steps through. Foul and one. Go ahead and count it. Sophia Penamani already tying a season high, 6 points. She has 2 rebounds as well. And Sophia Penamani has been the beneficiary of weak side defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, and just overall grit. Free throw opportunity, good. That's a season high for Sophia Penamani at 7 points. All in the first half, by the way, as she is tied for a Dragon high of 7 points with Casper and Petty. Under 30 to go, 7-point lead for PHS. Make sure to stick around for the halftime report. First half stats, insight into the second half of action. Kroll cuts through the middle of the key. Taylor swings a right wing. Corral, right wing 3. Off the flames, recovered by McGlory. An offensive rebound up in the air. Taylor tries to track it down. Corral ultimately comes up with it. Goes with an in-and-out move. 5 seconds left. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Vikings. Corral. It will be Purple Dragon basketball with 4 ticks to go. Full court press. Vikings are ready, so it will have to be a swift, quick shot. Petty catches. Double team. Ball squirts out. Corral. Midcourt heave. Right side of the backboard. It is no good. In that intermission, we have a fun one. A dogfight inside the confines of Pittsburg High School. It is 29-22 at intermission. Dragons lead it, looking for their 3rd consecutive win, the first time this season. And with that, we will step aside for a 2-minute commercial break and bring you the halftime report, first half stats, insight, coming your way in just 2 minutes here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you've become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma, along with Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you for the halftime report. Special shout out to a listener who is heading to San Diego, California, Robin McGar. Thank you for joining in tonight. 29-22 currently at intermission, a 7-point advantage for the hometown Lady Purple Dragons. Coach Krotz and company seeking their first 3-game win streak of the season, and at this point in time, still a lot of game to play, but it's within arm reach. Right now, 29-22. Let's give you the first half rundown in terms of stats and scoring. Caden Matlock, 2 points and a rebound. Caitlin Kidd, 2 points. Cassidy Odell, 2 points, 2 rebounds off the bench. Sophia Penamani, a season-high 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Abby Casper, 7 points, 2 rebounds. Ella Hendrickson off the bench, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and Madden Petty, 7 points, 1 rebound. As for the Vikings, relying heavily on the services of Nina Taylor, who has 16 points, 4 rebounds. Brianna Bador with 2 points, 2 points for Ariana McGlory, and 2 rebounds, including 1 offensive board. Ayana Carell, 2 points and a rebound, and Sydney Kroll with 2 boards. At intermission, once again, 29-22, the score. The Dragons shooting 40% from deep. The Vikings, 0% as they are 0-3 from deep. Right now, free throws, not much of a factor thus far. Combined, the teams have shot 3 of 4. The Dragons, 1 of 1. The Vikings, 2 of 3. Inside the horseshoe, the Vikings have really thrived. They have shot 10 of 15. You can credit that to Nina Taylor bolstering those percentages as she has shot 7 of 9 from inside both of the rings. And thus far, Avi, we've seen obviously a great outing from Nina Taylor, 16 points, 4 boards, but even more so to the effect of the Dragons, it has been a full team effort. Not only have the starters played well, 7 points for Casper, 7 points from Adam Petty, but they've been complemented by an array of players off the bench. Riley Johnson, albeit she had a turnover, she's played good defense in limited minutes. Hendrickson, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Odell, 2 points, 2 rebounds. And then Sophia Penamani coming out in a fiery manner with 7 points and 2 boards as well has really aided Coach Chris Krotz's and the Purple Dragons' cause tonight.
Yeah, Cameron, it's been, I think you said it best, it's a 1v5 matchup so far, and every single time I will take the 5 team over the 1 player. I mean, credit Nina Taylor, she is doing a phenomenal job, but her wing woman, if you will, and Carell has struggled. I mean, my goodness, it is not falling for her so far, and no one else wants to step up on that Parsons team, and that's not going to be a good thing for Parsons, because right now, everybody, like you said, on that PHS offensive side is clicking. They're all doing their jobs, and they're all stepping up, making plays. Madden Petty struggled at first. Now she's starting to get in her groove. Abby Casper's doing just fine being the leader on that team. Sophia Penamani, my goodness, season high, and it's only the first half, and then the bench again is doing a phenomenal job for PHS.
I think it would also be an understatement to say these coaches have had a massive effect on the game. They have really been the driving force for both sides. Coach Kroll and Coach Krotz doing an excellent job trying to execute each of their scheme. To begin with, Coach Krotz using the timeout after the full court trap was implemented by the Vikings was huge because it gave the Dragons an opportunity to sit down, not really try to force the issue and potentially turn the ball over more. For Coach Kroll, the spacing on the floor for the Vikings has been superb, giving Nina Taylor the opportunity to attack inside. McGlory has caught short corner multiple times or that left block after the Carell penetration. And there have been several times McGlory just needed to finish down level, was unable to do so. But the one area of concern for the Dragons thus far, can they continue to be aggressive defensively and try to force those turnovers? There have been times where they have been over-aggressive, and it has bit them on the rear end. And Nina Taylor trying to come with a double and attacking inside. She's been able to take advantage of that, getting to the free throw on 2 separate occasions. And then for the Vikings, will that full-court trap be ready in the second half? What will Coach Kroll do adjustment-wise in order for that to work?
That's a good question, Cameron. I don't know. I mean, it seems that this PHS team has overcame the trap problems that they had earlier in this season. And then, like I said, it can't just be Nina Taylor. Someone's got to step up. Kroll herself might have to do it. Corrella's going to keep shooting. That's what she's got to do. And then on the other side, PHS, I understand the aggressiveness, and I love the aggressiveness. And I think, honestly, that's what Coach Cox wants out of his girls, is the aggressiveness, because that's where they are right now due to that. And yes, you will get bit once or twice, but I think once you learn that, hey, you can do this a couple times, but we need to back off sometimes, I think they'll learn that.
And Avi, this game drastically different from the December contest. After 1 quarter of play, it was 17-6 Vikings. After 1 quarter of play today, 12-11 PHS. That speaks volumes of the effect Coach Krotz has had on these girls and the maturity over the last 2 months and how they've been able to learn the system and really expand their arsenal. 2014 at halftime, that last game in December in favor of Parsons, so the Dragons getting back at the Vikings with a good defensive effort, only trailed by 3 heading into the 4th quarter, and then in the 4th quarter it was back and forth. I mean, it was a fantastic showcase between these two clubs, ultimately resulting in a 53-51 win for the Vikings. But this time out, at intermission, it is 29-22. The Dragons lead it by 7 at halftime. With that, we will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with some final notes from the halftime report, and we will begin the 3rd quarter of action from Pittsburg, Kansas, here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top quality, energy efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
We are 30 ticks away before the beginning of the 3rd quarter of play. 29-22 is our score. Lady Dragons currently leading by 7. The always venerable Avi Sharma to my right here inside Pittsburgh High School. About 8 miles away is Shelby White back at her KSHQ studio. I'm Cam Molina. Make sure to stick up and keep up to date with all the latest ESPN 100.7 action. You can follow us on Twitter at ESPN 100.7. And the sports headquarters always flowing with information, including links to our live streams, which we currently have going on right now. So if you want to watch your favorite Dragon or favorite Viking, tune in to ESPN 1007.com. In the backcourt, it's Corral. Vikings going right to left on your dial offensively. Stepping on the mythical purple scaly beast is Corral before she swings it to the right. Kroll will catch it, brings it to her chin, takes 2 steps back with the basketball, dribbling with her right hand. Bador, chest pass left wing to Corral, who's 25% from the field, 1 of 4 in terms of field goals. Delivers a one-time bounce pass to McGlory, who was able to capitalize from the left block. And again, Corral will attack. Wide open is McGlory, left block, and she takes advantage of the late help defense. Kidd will catch it high post, reverses it back out to Casper, 3 steps away from the top of the horseshoe. Sophia Penamani swings it all the way over the top of the Vikings defense. Left wing, right wing to Sophia Penamani. It will ricochet off the right side of the window, then off the can, and it's rebounded by Nina Taylor, her 5th rebound of the contest. Sophia Penamani 0 of 2 from downtown thus far. Coach Krotz wanted a foul, stolen away by Matlock, and then it's poked out from behind by Kroll, recovered by Corral. She'll attack. Here's the parry with the no look behind the right hip pass to McGlory. She loses it, recovered by Corral. She's outside the perimeter and will circle back to the top. The Wagons in full motion. Kroll flashes, far side block to near side wing, rotates in left corner, left short corner. Bador, no, loose ball. Kidd will track down the rebound, her first of the night. Looks in transition, but will slow down the cadence of the offense and shovels it backwards to Casper, who will shovel it to Petty, and then a cornhole, underhanded toss to Sophia Penamani, who airmails it. And Coach Krotz a bit irked by that unforced turnover, and Cassidy Odell to come in during the dead ball. She will come in for Penamani, who goes to the bench subsequently after the turnover. Under 6:30 left in the third, 29-24 is the score. Corral, with her hair in a bun, dribbles past the timeline with her gray and black basketball shoes. Left wing with it is Taylor, who will orchestrate traffic, tells Kroll to jackknife through the middle of the key. Taylor spins, runs into a double team, fall away right-hander, tipped up in the air by Petty. Petty loses it. She lost it in between her legs, recovered by Bador, and a foul on the floor. So Odell will pick up her first and the team's first of this second half. Petty had it and then lost it on the rebound. I don't know how she lost that one. Catching left block on the inbound. Taylor foul and 1. The old-time three-point play has now been invoked. Taylor still shooting 72% from inside the horseshoe. 75% overall. Coach Krotz imploring his girls to keep their hands straight up defensively. Kidd with the defensive rebound as the free throw from Taylor went awry and to the right of the Orange. In transition, the Dragons look for Odell, right block, and another turnover, and the Dragons have been sloppy out of the locker room, conceding 4 consecutive points. Vikings full throttle as Corral will catch about 4 steps away from the top of the horseshoe. Sizing up Matlock, brings the ball above her forehead, right-hand floater high off the glass, and that one falls through the bottom of the nylon gracefully. Corral now 2 of 5 from the floor. Petty will catch, 3 steps away from the top of the arc. Left corner, Odell steps into a 3, well short, glances off the hands of Kidd, and a foul as Petty tried to circle back to the left corner, and that foul is committed by the Vikings Kroll. So Kroll picks up her second and the team's first of this second half, 29-28 the score. Dragons lead it by 1, but a 6-0 run by the Vikings to start the third quarter. Kidd scans, has Odell, right short corner, right hand, teardrop drops to the bottom of the net. And Odell, after missing the three-pointer from the far corner at the far end of the court, is able to respond. Corral picks up her dribble, near side wing to near side corner to Kroll, jarred loose by Odell. And Coach Krotz and Coach Matlock telling Odell, don't reach. And initially Odell thought it was a foul against her, but that was just a good poke away. Taylor catches near the midcourt line, dribbling with her right hand. She'll attack. She's on the prowl before she kicks it right corner to Bador. Bador slices inside the key. It's stolen away. Odell galloping in transition. Surges forward. Right hand floater and a charge. A good take and a solid sacrifice by Ayana Corral. Her body was left limp as she was walloped into. And Coach Krotz receives a bench warning. Under 5 to go in the third.
Held on to the ball, but the referee wanted it, and that's big.
That is 3 on Odell as well. 3 teams fouled in this second half. Johnson comes in for Odell, and Coach Krotz not displeased, no irritated with Odell, giving her a lot of praise for her effort on the floor, and a great second unit player for the Dragons who has been a part of this young core. Corral across the prime meridian, left wing to Kroll. Kroll trying to shake off Petty, who has played great defense most of the night. Hicks reverses it back out to Taylor, who's defended by Casper. Casper will induce Taylor to get it out of her midst. To Kroll, loses it. Petty on the floor with Kroll. Held ball. Dragons possession now with 4:34 left in the third quarter of play. 31-28 is the score. Dragons lead it by 3. Inbound, Petty. Good read by Kroll, but a foul. She sideswept Petty, and Kroll can't believe it. She is in disbelief, and she just has to walk past midcourt in order to contain herself. That is 3 on Kroll. 3 big fouls on who has been a great purloining defender for this Vikings club. Casper in the backcourt, awaiting the press, and it's stolen away as Kroll gets a fingertip, deflects it by Hicks. As she recovers, finds Corral, who goes with the right-hand floater inside the key. Nearly no resistance in Matador defense by the Dragons. Johnson catches near the midcourt line. Casper stops the transition attempt at the high post. Catching is Kidd. Right wing Johnson steps into a trifecta. The intrepid shooter wasted no time with a defender right in her grill and still scored. 34-30. Dragons lead it. Petty, weak side, comes away with the steal, ripping it away from Taylor. Petty in transition, right-handed, no, loose ball, 50-50. Poked, last touch by the Vikings. It will be Purple Dragon basketball. Taylor slow to pry herself up off the hardwood. Kroll goes to the bench. Bedore comes back in with Hicks, Corral, McGlory, and Taylor. Hendrickson will come in for Casper. 34-30 the score. Dragons up 4 with 3:45 left in the third. Near side inbounds in front of the Dragon bench for Casper. A reverse back to Johnson after she hit that contested 3. Petty steps into a 3 of her out. Off the flames. Loose. Taylor. Amazing rebound on her part. Outstretched arms. Grapple in the air and swatted it away from Hendrickson. A blocking foul on the floor, and Taylor's so good at compressing her body and driving into the lane, using her speed to get defenders on her hips and drawing fouls. Casper, her second, the team's 4th of the second half. Bonus to come soon. Only 2 fouls to get for the Dragons with under 3:30 left in the third and a 4-point lead. Corral, right-hand three-pointer from the top of the arc. Hendrickson rebound. It's poked away by Bedore. 50-50 ball still loose. We have a scrum. Held ball.
Foul.
No, a foul. I think Bedore was tangled up with Petty, and that is the case. I thought Bedore late was able to get her mitts on the sphere. Petty ripped it away, and I think the foul was on the wrist. Casper finds Hendrickson, who scans, chucks it over left wing to Johnson, right short corner, 2, holds her form, short. Hendrickson offensive rebound and forks it back through the bottom of the net. So despite the miss by Johnson, the bench player in Hendrickson not giving up. She now has 4 points, 2 rebounds. The Dragons off the bench, 8 points. More than that, 11 points and 4 rebounds. Great bench effort by the Dragons. Bedore, near side, short corner deuce, swishes through. Inbound by the Dragons. Petty catches in the backcourt, delivers a beeline pass to Johnson and a timeout. No, it's a foul again on Bedore, a touch foul. 36-32 is the score. Dragons lead it by 4 currently. Odell to sub in. And she will come in for Madden Petty, I believe, with Matlock also in the contest now. So Matlock, Johnson, Hendrickson, and Casper on the floor for the Dragons. And this has been the first time we've seen this. And a bench warning for Coach Kroll and the Vikings. So 2 bench warnings, and the officials have done a good job maintaining control of this contest. Speaking of the contest, it is 36-32 and a timeout awarded to the Vikings. 30 seconds and Coach Kroll's trying to still talk with the officials inside of his coach's box. He's trying not to lash out with his tongue, but Sydney Kroll, his daughter, trying to pull him back in. 2:30 left in the third. 36-32. We are back in 36 with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
2:30 left in the third, 36-32 after the Kroll timeout. High post, near left elbow. Casper looks backside. Hendrickson have herself a night. She is 3 of 4 from the floor, 6 points, 2 rebounds. She's doing it in front with some potential scouting at the D2 level as Lane Lord, head basketball coach of the Pittsburg State University Gorillas, is in attendance. Far side short corner, 2 by Bador, drops through gracefully in response. 38-34, we knew this would be a fun one, Avi, but as Shelby White would say back in her KSHQ studio, this one developing into a barn burner. Bounce pass Johnson at the apex of the arc to Odell, left wing. She'll slice inside, and a foul as she attacked. Foul committed by McGlory. That is her first and the team's 5th. So at this point, the Vikings now 1 foul ahead of the Dragons, who were initially up by 2 fouls to put it in that sense, as it was 3-1 at one point, but now 5-4. So only 1 foul to give for the Vikings, 2 for the Dragons. The front of the 2 free throws for Odell does not fall. Her second opportunity, she takes 2 dribbles below her knees. Second offering, off the window, glances off the back iron, no good. 2 big missed free throws as the Dragons are only up 4. Nina Taylor to Hicks, left wing, as she will spear a pass over to the right wing. A shallow chest pass below the knees of Hicks as she recovers. Taylor, step back 3, air ball, and Bador won't get to it. Dragon basketball, 1:32 left in the third quarter of play. Inbound by Matlock towards the right side of the backboard, far side baseline. Casper crosses over right to left, chest pass, no look to Odell. She gallops, goes straight to the chest of McGlory, uses the window, but my goodness, the number of high arcing floaters we've seen in this game is too many to count. 40-34 the score. Hendrickson, Taylor, Corral, now Odell getting in on that float game. Hashtag float game it. Scoop back to Hicks, left wing from Corral. Corral scans. She's prospecting, looking for Taylor, who will sequester herself to the far side corner, but Dorr will set a down screen for Taylor. Taylor flares up. Corral will try to take Matlock off the bounce. Shoeshiner off of Hendrickson. Left wing Hicks to McGlory. High off the window. Rebound by Odell. Odell grappling her 3rd board of the night and a foul.
Travel.
No, travel, excuse me, as I look down at my stat sheet, then back up. It is a travel. Taylor to inbound. Far side baseline for the Vikings. She looks. Has Corral left corner with 40 ticks to go in the third. It's 40-34. Dragons up 6 and Taylor with a travel. So back-to-back travels, 1 for each side. And Hendrickson looks towards Coach Krotz asking, what do I need to do here on this press break? She stands near midcourt. Matlock looks for Hendrickson. Terrible pass. Bador was right there, but it's Odell who comes away with the basketball. She lost it as it squirts out of her hands. Recovered by McGlory in the backcourt to Taylor. Corral, far side wing, no look. Bounce past McGlory, lost it again. And McGlory just has not been vigilant on that left block. She has been open double-digit times tonight, but has lost it. It would be a tied game if McGlory were to catch it on that block and score. 20 ticks to go in this third quarter. Dragons up 6 in a doozy. Left elbow, Hendrickson steps through, blocked by McGlory as she makes up for a faulty offensive play on the opposite end. Near side baseline, it's Hendrickson to inbound. Left side of the backboard. It is a box set for the Dragons. Odell will creep to the far side corner, catching Matlock to Johnson, right wing back to Casper with under 10. Casper, no look, Odell wiggles inside as she worms, right hand scores with 4 ticks to go in this third quarter. And Corral traveled prior to the buzzer. It doesn't matter, shot would not be good if it had went. And heading into the fourth quarter, 42-34, the bench in an electrifying fashion for the Dragons has really stepped up, tallying 17 of the Dragons' 42 points tonight. Up 8 into the final quarter we go. A climactic in for sure in store for us here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
42-34. This was a lot different story back in December of 2017. It was 38-35. Parsons heading into the fourth quarter, but now the Dragons with an 8-point edge at home, seeking their first 3-game win streak of the 2017-18 season and the first year under the reign of Coach Kratz. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio. Campbellina with you. Let's get going. Far side inbound by Taylor to Corral into the front court. She crosses inside of the right ring to the near side ring as Hicks defended by Casper. She shovels it backwards to Taylor, who lost the ball momentarily. Crosses over right to left with Casper on her left hit. Spins away. Right short corner Hicks looks good. Bounce pass to Kroll, who goes straight up. And straight up hands for Kidd, who comes up with the loose ball. Casper in transition. Dribbles with the right hand. Looks low. Matlock foul and one. And that is where the Dragons thrive. In transition, the front court running and paying back the big men. 44-34 the score. Dragons lead by 10. A chance to go 500 in league play. On the line right now for these two teams. Matlock will set waist level and delivers an offering that falls through. Kaden Matlock, 5 points in the contest. Caitlin Kidd, 2 points, 2 rebounds for the front court in terms of the Dragons, with Ella Hendrickson, 6 points and 2 rebounds to the front court. A good night overall. Taylor attacks right short corner, and Kidd got a hand on it as she went up, but a good job by Taylor, who does a fantastic job of drawing fouls. And Coach Lane Lord for the Gorillas of Pittsburg State staring on, looking at this highly touted girls contest, scouting some local talent. Nina Taylor could be one of those gems, Avi, that not many schools or universities look at, just because of maybe the league that she plays in, and she may be overshadowed by Tristan Gegg at Labette County, but she is a fine player. She'll miss her first free throw. Second free throw, she sets at chin level. It still does not score. She drops to 2 of 6 from the line. The Vikings overall 2 of 6, Dragons 2 of 4. Both teams have been extremely aggressive, but both teams have also been able to capitalize. Right elbow, Kidd looks near side short corner to Matlock. Right corner, Petty. That one swirls out, loose ball. Taylor is able to fight for the rebound, her 7th of the contest, following the missed 3 by Petty, as she's now 1 of 4. Taylor, bounce pass. Bador dribbles with her offhand and a foul as Odell picks up her 4th. So 4 on Odell, as Sophia Pedamani, who has registered a season high today of 7 points, comes back in for Odell. And Coach Kratz pulls Odell right back to him and tells her, hey, don't hang your head, be stoic, we need you. And that maybe is the highest praise a high school player to get, to say, we need you. Nina Taylor in the backcourt, swiftly moves to the front court, follow a right-hander. That teardrop so hard. Great help defense by the Dragons all night. That was a backcourt violation. Coach Kroll has a reason to be angry. Right wing, air ball by Petty. Rebound by Sophia Penamani, and she's fouled, losing her glasses. And Coach Kroll, he has a right to be angry because Sophia Penamani caught it in the front court and blatantly scooped it into the back court, and then carrying with it was Casper, who found Sophia Penamani, rather who found Petty, who airballed the three. Penamani comes up with it and hits a free throw. That's a big-time missed call. Penamani now 2 of 2, a chance to go 3 of 3 here. Sets towards her right hip, the free throw high arcing, and it drops through. Not one to point out officials' mistakes because I myself am not an official, have never been an official, but that was blatant as Correll will attack. She surges to the right block, hoists it up right-handed and no good, and that has been the theme all night. The Dragons have been soft mostly up front, but when it comes to about that 10-foot area, that 9-foot area, the Dragons have really buckled down and have forced some tough shots going to the right or left hand of either Taylor or Correll. Catching, near side block. Kroll steps through and is fouled. Late rotation by Penamani forced Caitlin Kidd to try to carry that burden alone. Kidd picks up her second and the team 7. Both teams in the bonus with 6 to go in the fourth. 47-34, Dragons up 13. Two shots as confirmation is needed from the baseline official to the sideline official. Kroll, first free throw goes. Kroll with a second opportunity awaiting her. She takes 2 dribbles below her right knee with McGlory set to check in, left side of the purple scorer table, and Kroll goes to it too. 2 big free throws to bring it within 11 with McGlory back in, Kroll to the bench. And there needs to be a lot of speed on the floor because the Dragons have run their transition offense perfectly. And to stymie some of that transition offense, it is Casper being defended by Correll at full court. Good defense. Correll pokes her loose. Dine and dash in progress. One-hand bounce pass to Taylor. 4 steps away from the 10. Caught by McGlory. Hicks 3. That one shimmies off. Rebounded by Kidd. Her third of the night. Tough break for Allie Hicks, who had a wide open look. Right corner, Petty will bump into Taylor. Taylor, an easy foul call against her. 18th foul committed by the Vikings and a 1-and-1 for Petty. First on Taylor tonight. 5:40 left in the fourth. 47-36 the score. Petty to extend the lead. This is her first free throw of the night. A chance for the second, but there is no second chance. She misses the front of her 2 shots. The Dragons drop to 4 of 7 from the stripe. Taylor across the meridian and will find Allie Hicks left wing, who will just go with a little loop motion and finds Correll, who will generate some contact. Fall away from Kidd. Right hand hard flick shot goes. Correll improves to 50% inside, 4 of 6 inside the horseshoe. She has 8 points. Loose ball, Sophia Penamani recovers in the backcourt, and a timeout used by Coach Krotz. Nearly a 8-second violation in the backcourt. 47-38 the score, a 9-point advantage for the Dragons at home, but plenty of time for the Vikings to respond. We'll check that out in 30 seconds here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Let's go back live courtside.
And if you are just joining us on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters, whether it be on our website where the live stream for the Dragons Viking is currently going on at ESPN100.7.com. Currently 47-38. Dragons looking to go 500 for the first time this season in SEK play. Earn their 7th victory on the year and also pick up their 3rd consecutive victory. That would be a first-timer for Coach Krotz. his first season as the Dragons head girls basketball coach. Avi, we've seen a good outing from the Dragon. What do you expect here in the last 5 minutes?
And they're going to have to overcome the press, Cameron, because if they do so, which they're attempting to do right now, it doesn't.
As Madam Petty tries to track down a football Hail Mary pass from Casper, and then Petty tries to ricochet it off the shoes of Grayson Freese, who subs in, but unable to do so. So a turnover by the Dragons. Good attempt by Casper, who has a rocket launcher for a right arm. Casper to defend. Step back. Corral. It will shimmy off the lip of the iron. Karam and grabbed by McGlory, who gets tangled up with Kidd. Held ball. Dragon possession. Corral and Taylor have fallen into this funk where they go right every time, and the Dragons have read it beautifully. It has been telegraphed every play. Petty able to track down the full court heave in transition. She goes up with the Euro step, but it is on the floor as it's a foul by Freese. So Freese is first. The Vikings ninth. 9-point lead for the Dragons, shooting 1-1 with under 4:50 left in the game. This one's still up in the air. The Vikings, so many offensive weapons. They'll have to really rely on that three ball here soon if they can't score inside, as Petty knocks down the first free throw. That is also a cause for concern if the free throws start to play a factor. One more foul away from the double bonus. Petty goes 2 of 2, is now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 6 of 9 overall are the Dragons on the night, and they've extended their lead back to 11. 4:45 left in the final quarter of play. Nina Taylor and company looking to avenge a nearly 20-point loss against the Grizzlies as Taylor dashes inside, high post foul, lobbed it up with the right hand of the ball, just smooched the back iron, then smooched the laces and went through. Third foul committed by Casper, and Nina Taylor is a dynamite talent. Taylor with 20 and 7 rebounds. Sophia Penamani will sub out. Cassie Odell comes in. She has 4 fouls and will have to be extremely careful, but I would imagine she would switch off often on Nina Taylor on the perimeter. Arguably the best defender on the Dragons team, as Nina Taylor is able to convert this free throw. She's now 3 of 7 from the stripe for 21 points and 7 rebounds. Bounce pass, Petty, nearly a carry, and the assistant coach for the Vikings wanting that carry, but ultimately results in a Caitlin Kidd right-hand pseudo hook shot. She has 4 points, 3 rebounds, 51-41, back to 10. Corral dribbles, left-handed, trying to shake off Matlock. She navigates inside, saves the basketball, right corner 3, Bador. That one was big, and it will be called a 2. She was inside near the right short corner, but 4 of 4 inside of the horseshoe. Odell attacks, leans into McGlory, no. Petty offensive rebound, no foul. McGlory swatted it away. Kidd goes up and is fouled on the second effort. Odell had a great look. Petty had an even better look, but Petty goes to the free throw line after Kidd goes to the free throw line after the second offensive rebound by the Dragon during that possession. So Caitlin Kidd, double bonus for the Dragons, 2 free throws as she springs up and leaves it short. Tired legs. Caitlin Kidd now 4 points, 4 rebounds in the contest. Sophia Penamani comes in for Odell, who goes to the bench. And she will come in as a defensive specialist, if you will, with just 4 minutes left in the fourth. 51-43, and the Dragons cannot convert on the second free throw either. So Kidd goes 0 of 2. Taylor wasting no time trying to split the double team and nearly earns the and one. She has carried a sled full of Vikings to the 43 points on the scoreboard, nearly scoring 50% of those. I would say she has been 90% of the offense tonight, whether it's assists, attacking inside, setting up her teammates, or just scoring as the free throw drops. And that's a bad sign for Coach Krotz and company, as both Kidd and Penamani will come out to catch a breather. Hendrickson and Odell will come in for some big minutes as subs. Krull to come in as well for Parsons. Taylor sits at her chin, free throw swirls out. She's now 4 of 9 from the stripe. It's 51-44, a 7-point contest as Hendrickson lassos in her third rebound. Casper off the shoe of Corral. It will be Viking basketball. So Coach Crotch had nothing to say about that. I thought it was off the shoe of Corral, but it must have deflected off of Casper going out of bounds in front of the Dragon benches. And that was shaded from our eyes, Avi. Right wing extended. It's Corral sizing up Matlock, who's playing great defense on her tonight. Ripped through from right to left by Freese. Taylor attacks, goes up right-handed, high off the glass. The high trajectory shot has no outcome as it will go out of bounds. It will be Dragon basketball. It was last touched by the Vikings. Odell comes in for Penamani as now an offensive specialist. A line set at the high post. Casper come crashing in towards midcourt. A lob. Odell comes up with it. Odell scans, finds Hendrickson, bobbles it, goes up way high off the glass. And Ella Hendrickson is able to score en route to a 4 of 5 shooting performance for 8 points. A career high for her. Corral, 3. That sniping attempt, no. And Freese tries to grapple the basketball as it will trickle out of bounds. Last touched by the Vikings. 53-44, Dragon possession, up 9 and a sub. McGlory will come in for Kroll. 10 team fouls to remind you all for the Vikings, so double bonus for the Dragons, single bonus for the Vikings, and 9 fouls for PHS. Matlock to inbound, a weary chest pass, and it's stolen away by Freese, who stepped out of bounds. Matlock to inbound again, directly parallel with the scorer's table. Petty catches, has an open lane, goes right into the chest of Freese, cannot score. Odell offensive rebound, right side of the glass and scores. The Dragons have been superfluous in terms of their effort, but it has paid off tonight. Corral trying to muscle her way inside. Good defense by Hendrickson. Bad bounce pass. And Petty is tied up with McGlory. Held ball. Possession arrow for the Dragons. Under 3 to go in the fourth. Free subs out. Bador also off the floor. Taylor sizing up Matlock on the inbound. An 11-point lead for the Dragons. A one-time bouncer to Casper in the backcourt. She's outrunning Kroll. Past the timeline with an open lane. Kicks it out. Right corner. Petty 3. No. Short. Popped up into the air. Taylor tracks down the rebound. Her 8th of the night. Gallops in transition. Surges to the rack. And is fouled by Casper. Her 4th of the contest. So Nina Taylor, again, not an unfamiliar sight, as she will go to the stripe for the 6th time tonight. She has 22 points and 8 rebounds, shooting her 10th and 11th shot tonight. Setting at her chin, Taylor switches the first free throw. She's now 50% from the stripe. She can go 6 of 11 here if she is able to complete the charity stripe opportunity as Bador is set to check in. 2:37 left in the contest, 10-point game, make it 9. 24 for Taylor, 1 point off of the amount she scored against the Dragons back in December, which was 25. For those of you who have a tough time with math like myself. Bounce pass inbound from Matlock to Odell, who gallops to the rack, can't store. Hendrickson offensive rebound. She's fouled with 2:30 to go. And I will tell you, the overwhelming size of Hendrickson, Kidd, and Matlock has been the anchor for this Purple Dragon team tonight, as they have out-rebounded Parsons to my count by nearly 6. Hendrickson with her free throw, a little shy. So Sophia Penamani comes in for Odell. Petty and Matlock make their way towards midcourt. McGlory, Corral, Taylor, Hicks, and Bador on the floor for the Vikings. Hendrickson, too much. A lot of mustard, and the horn buzzes for no reason, so we'll play on. 2:30 left in the fourth. Taylor dribbles right-handed, and shot waved off, foul on the floor, and Coach Crotch wants that call to be reversed because Nina Taylor did use her left arm to gain separation from Matlock. The officials will keep with their decision, saying that Matlock had the body contact initially, and Taylor's free throws are crucial here. She'll miss the first, back to 50% from the line. Her 13th attempt coming up. She could potentially go 7 of 13. Sophia Penamani to sub out. She does for Matlock, or excuse me, for Odell. Sending out the nose is Taylor. She misses both free throws. Wow, this has been a bad free throw shooting effort for the Vikings. 8 of 15, 53%. Odell to Petty in the front court. Petty and company will try to shorten the clock, as Bill Parcells of the Giants, Jets, Patriots once said.
Cowboys.
And Cowboys too. Second team foul by Corral. 11th team foul overall. And Casper to the stripe for some crucial free throws for the Dragons, who are only up 9. Casper to the left of the orange. It will shank off. Hendrickson, Penamani, Petty, Matlock, and Casper on the floor for the Dragons. The door subs out, Kroll comes in. Odell to catch a breather. Good substitution management by Coach Krotz. Setting at the knees. Casper, she leaves that one short. 2 minutes to go in the fourth. 9-point ball game. Neither teams can convert from the stripe. Both shooting 15 free throws. Right wing 3. Taylor shy. Ball loose. Rebounded by Taylor off the long rebound. Lost it as she went up into the air. Taylor wants the foul. And I don't know if that was a makeup foul or what, but I mean, I don't know what more you could have asked for if you were Taylor. Instead, and you know, she needed that foul there, had to have that. And there is the foul, as she's pinched in between Matlock and Hendrickson, and she will shoot her 14th and 15th attempts of the night from the free throw line here in just a second, as Odell is set to check in with Kidd. Combined, the girls on the floor have shot 14 of 30, under 50% mark. Taylor knocks down the free throw, now 50% with 7 of 14. She'll have her 15th shot coming up here in a moment. Hendrickson subs out. Penamani subs out as well. Coach Krotz puts up both of his index fingers, trying to initiate the full court offense coming out of this free throw. 1 and 2. Kroll the offensive rebound and the stick back. Big rebound and stick back by Sydney Kroll. Her first field goal tonight. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 55-49, a 6-point ball game, and a foul committed by Hicks, her third. 12th team foul to my count. Petty to the stripe, and this game has been back and forth. The Dragons have led by double digits 3 times tonight. Petty's free throw now down the stretch. This has been disastrous, as Coach Krotz and company desperately need their free throws to fall if they want any shot at coming out with this victory. Only up 6, with the Vikings having a head full of steam. Petty goes 0 of 2. A sluggish shooting performance. Corral with the defensive rebound. Chucks forward. No. Rebound is by Casper, and another foul. Coach Kroll and company knew they blew one. Missed by Corral. She's now 4 of 8 inside the horseshoe. 4 of 9 overall, under 50%. Third foul committed by Corral. Casper will pick up her third rebound. She has 7 points to boot. Casper needs these free throws to help the Dragons pull out this victory, as she knocks down the first. The Vikings still very much in it. 52% mark from the stripe, 0 of 5 from deep. The Dragons 30% from deep, 3 of 10. The difference has been the transition offense and the rebounding, second chance opportunities, and the bench help. Casper 2 of 2. She's 4 of 2 from the line. 9 points. Corral, left wing. 90 ticks left. Step back. Corral, right wing, decides not to shoot. Air ball 3 by Hicks. Saved by Taylor. Recovered by Kidd. Casper in duress. Finds Matlock, who skips it to Petty. Stops the progress of the basketball. She's hit in the face by Hicks, and there's the hug. And Coach Krotz saying that should be an intentional with less than 1:30 to go. And Petty hugged. He wants the intentional call. And it is on Hicks, her fourth. So Petty goes to the stripe. Coach Krotz will not win out the argument. And Petty will bounce up and down on her right and left foot. Her free throw short, and she has just had an off shooting night. She is 3 for 9, 33% from the floor, and is now 2 of 6 from the stripe, 33%. She can bring that up to 3 of 7 here if she converts. There's a bit more arch on that one. Corral and company need to put it into overdrive with a minute to go. Down 9, 58-49. Three-pointer, Taylor, no. Rebounded by Pitamani. She brings it chin level. In trouble, in traffic, and a timeout used by Coach Krotz. A strong rebound by Sophia Pitamani, who in the ball game has put forth a great effort en route to 9 points and 3 rebounds. 56 seconds left. 58-49, Dragons with a chance to avenge a December loss against an SEK rival. We'll find out here in 30 seconds on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB, member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
Under 60 seconds to go when you are joined by Avi Sharma, Shelby White, and Cam Molina here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, 58-49. Lady Dragons seeking their 7th victory of the year, trying to go 500 in the conference for the first time this season, and also trying to earn their first 3-game win streak of the year. Casper catches in the backcourt, shakes off Corral, who hits the deck, skips it to Petty in the front court. Wide open backside was Odell, but Petty looked her off, wanting to run down more clock. Petty snakes inside the key and a foul. And that is on Nina Taylor, her second, and somewhere near the team's 15th team foul. So 2 free throws for Petty. She's 3 of 7, wanting to avenge a poor free throw shooting night. Overall, the Dragons 9 of 21. They have been porous down the stretch, but Petty makes up for it. She's 50% at 4 of 8. Odell will sub out. Sophia Pitamani comes in, and the Dragons now up 10. Need to hold on and lock down the perimeter. Petty, dose-a-dose. 12 points, and a team-high 12 points at that. Chest pass, Corral, right corner with it. Bador, back to Taylor, right wing, ejects a pass to Hicks. Left wing, Corral takes a contested 3 off the back iron and tracked down by Matlock. Matlock and company, that could be it as Petty dribbles and weaves in and out of traffic. Now scoops it backwards, shovels it to Casper as Corral tracks her down. 20 seconds left. The Dragons up 11 with 18 seconds to go and a foul by Bador. And that should be it, barring a miracle. What a sensational effort by the Dragons the last 3 games. Downing the Lady NATOs by nearly 30, beating Independence, arguably the best game of the season coming into tonight, by 6 points, 41-35, and what was an awkward lineup that really paid off for Coach Krotz, having Petty come off the bench. And then tonight, I would say arguably trumping the Independence performance as Sophia Pitamani goes from the free throw line 1 of 2 to drop to 4 of 5 overall from the charity stripe. And the Dragons, after Corral's short 2-pointer, a rebound by Petty, and PHS 7-9 on the season, 3 consecutive victories for the first time this year, and 500 in the Southeast Kansas League Conference. Final score, 61-49. PHS again, 7-9 on the year, including 4-4 in SEK play. Next will be home versus Chanute, as the Dragons have played, or will play, 9 out of the last 10 games at home. The only road game against Independence, and a marquee win for the Dragons as Sub-State is right around the bend. We will step aside for 2 minutes, bring you back final stats, as well as, rather, we will stick here, no 2-minute break, I beg your pardon. We will keep it here as we look at final statistics. Again, final score 61-49. And let's go over those final stats. Riley Johnson, 3 points tonight. Caden Matlock went 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting with 2 rebounds. Caitlin Kidd, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Cassidy Odell and Ella Hendrickson, as well as Sophia Pitamani. Commendable performances. Odell season high with 10 and 4 rebounds. Season high for Hendrickson, 8 points and 4 rebounds. And Sophia Pinamani, season high, 10 points and 3 rebounds. And overall, team effort for the Dragons and a +7 rebound advantage for PHS. Casper, 9 points. Petty, the team leader in scoring, with 12, including 5 of 9 from the line, 1 of 5 from deep. An overall effort of 3 of 10 from downtown. For the Vikings, Nina Taylor just coming up a bit short with 25 points and 9 rebounds, flirted with a double-double. Brianna Bador, 8 points, 4 of 4 from inside the horseshoe. Ariana McGlory had 4 points and 2 rebounds. Ayana Corral, 8 points, and Sydney Kroll with 4 points. Final score, once again, 61-49. Dragons, 3 straight victories. 4-4 in Southeast Kansas play. 7-9 on the season, and winners of 3 straight. We will step aside now for 2 minutes, and we will be joined by head coach Chris Kratz, as well as head coach Anthony Howe for the Purple Dragons and Vikings, respectively, as we segue into our boys' action. Both teams fighting for supremacy atop the SEK. The Dragons with a 6-1 league record. Anthony Howe for the Vikings, 5-2. The Vikings win tonight. They will have a lead of the SEK Conference. So again, we will step aside and be joined by Coach Kylie Rolfs of the Dragons and Anthony Howe of the Vikings. Back in 2 minutes with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Hello, and we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Cam Molina joined by Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. Coach, last time had a great road victory against a tough Independence Bulldog squad. Jaden McGrath of the Bulldogs had a great three-point shooting night. He had 8 3-pointers. You can't really do too much about that defensively. How do you guys mitigate and go about trying to finish out the game despite him having a strong outing?
Well, I was just happy that I don't think our guys really got shook by that or anything else. We had some kind of missed assignments or blown coverages, if you will, there in the second quarter that kind of let him get loose, and boy, did he get loose. I mean, he really got hot, and it definitely played a factor in that second quarter when they were able to kind of close the gap and make it close going into halftime. But I thought our guys really did a good job of just staying focused, not letting it get to us, and we came out in the second half. We did a lot better job of making sure we found him and stayed close enough to him, and that enabled us to kind of create that gap.
Well, Coach, I was going to touch on that. Did you make any adjustments in the second half to try to slow down McGrath? I noticed he didn't catch the ball as much, and I really didn't take inventory if you guys were running like a box and one or a box and whiskers. Did you guys do anything different, or was it just more so denying him better?
We played man to man, but we didn't leave him. Drew was on him, in those situations, and we just were going to make it really hard for him to get touches and catches. And, he still got catches because they were willing to have him catch the ball way out on the floor. But I thought overall we did a lot better job in the second half of just limiting those. And then when he did catch it, we just made sure we'd stay close enough. Or if there was a ball screen, we switched out aggressively to try to just limit his looks, if you will, and our guys adjusted to that pretty well.
Well, Coach, he's not touched on often, but I think one of your better quarterbacks on the court, if you will, Jarek Butcher, your starting point guard, had a good outing as well, hit a couple threes when Independence really decided to sag off and cluster inside of the lane. Can you touch on his performance?
Well, it was good. I mean, you're right. He hit a couple threes there at a critical time. We'd really kind of gotten back to putting the ball inside and attacking their zone inside, and so they did. They started really, playing off the perimeter guys and giving them some room. So our inside guys did a nice job of knowing when it wasn't there, made a couple kickouts to Butch, and he stepped in and knocked down a couple shots there that were, at a critical time where it was nice to kind of give us that little extra cushion as we headed into the fourth quarter.
Cam Molina currently talking with Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Roll. Well, Coach, on the topics of players, to preface, Pittsburg High School's football coach Tom Nicholson elected to the Shrine Bowl as a coach, and your power forward, Chase Curtis, who's also a quarterback on the football team, also elected to the Shrine Bowl. Can you talk about how important that is, not only to Pittsburg High School's culture and the community, but how proud are you as a coach seeing that young man giving the recognition he deserves?
Well, yeah, those are great things and a lot to be proud of. I think that's what the comment I just made is kind of how we feel around Pittsburg High School in general. We have a lot of things to be proud of and just really happy for Chase. I mean, there's a kid that just has done everything his coaches have asked him to do in all the sports, and he's a competitor. He wants to win. He wants to represent our school, his family, our community the right way, and boy, does he go out and do that. It's just really fun to have him in our program, without a doubt, and I know the other coaches feel the same.
Well, Coach, you went to Parsons early December, lost in a tough nail-biter contest. That was a lot of fun. You had them back at your home place. Is this matchup any different from any other SEK game? Do you guys feel like there's any sort of animosity that may be overblowing it a little bit, but any sort of friction between these two teams coming in, considering the outcome of last matchup?
Well, Cam, I'm having a hard time here. You said that was fun back then. I don't remember that being a whole lot of fun that night. No, Cam, it's the next game on the schedule, and our guys obviously are excited to go play it after losing over there. In a hard-fought game, but I don't think we haven't treated it any differently. We've prepared the same way. I think our guys are very focused, and getting beat by that team earlier in the season, I think enables you to kind of get even more focused. So hopefully we'll be focused tonight and ready to go, and I think we will be. I think our guys are really excited about the game.
Coach, injury update heading into tonight's matchup?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, Gavin's been, I gave you the update after the game on Friday, and he's been getting a lot of treatment. So we're hoping that, he's definitely made progress. So we'll kind of get rolling tonight and see how he's feeling and go from there.
Once again, that was Kylie Roll, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. Shortly, we will return with Parsons Vikings head boys basketball coach Anthony Howe. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the home of Purple Dragon Athletics on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Kanar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but we never lose sight of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Kanar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Kanar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured. insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Hello and a merry welcome back to ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters. Cam Molina joined by Parsons Vikings head boys basketball coach Anthony Howe. Coach, last time out, an SEK victory against one of the top 1 to 2, 3 teams in the SEK in Lebec County, down them by 13 points. Just talk about your guys' performance.
Yeah, we were very pleased with our team, how they came out and just had an explosive first quarter and just executed down the stretch and beat a tough Lebec team on the road, down there at their place. That's a big crowd, the atmosphere was great, and that game meant a lot as far as league standings and that sort of thing. So it was a very, very good win for our team.
Coach, the first thing that really popped out to me from the stat sheet was the defense. In the first quarter, your guys only allowed 12 points scored. How do you feel about your defensive effort against the Grizzlies?
We feel like we did our job. I feel like we did what we had to do against their top 2 or 3 guys. The Rutherford kid, he's got a complete game. He can shoot it, he can drive it. He can make you pay at the free throw line, and the last couple of times we've been trading, win-loss with him over the last couple of years, and every time they have beaten us, he's gotten to the line between 16 to 20 times, and you give him his 20 points plus 15 free throws, and you don't have a chance of beating them, and so we just came out in the zone and just basically just invited them to keep shooting from the outside. That was kind of our strategy. Was, hey, if he makes 8 or 9 3-pointers, we'll live with him. We'll live with him getting 27 points, but not 27 plus 15 free throws. So that was just kind of the strategy we took into it, and also the zone. Our guys did a great job in the zone because playing man-to-man against those guys, normally Rutherford has the ball in his hands 80 to 90% of the time. If they're man-to-man, we're playing zone, then everybody touches it, and that's kind of led to our favor there. So our guys did a very good job mixing up 2 or 3 different zone packages against him, and held him to just 18 points, I think. So that was we felt like that was a plus.
Cam Molina currently talking with Parsons Vikings head boys basketball coach Anthony Howe. Coach, not only did your defensive scheme work out well against the Grizzlies, but offensively, both Williams and Scheibe had good outings, scored 18 points each. Can you break down what you guys did to succeed against the Grizzlies on the offensive side?
Yeah, we really just tried to get as many transition buckets as we could. Whether they made it or missed it, we just just tried to push it right at them and use our bench a little bit and Derek Williams, he ended up getting, quite a few 2-point baskets just finishing at the rim, and Scheibe did too. He did a great job of just getting to the bucket and beating his man off the dribble and then knocking down 6 free throws. So he's kind of came into found a new leg of his game, you might say, with Scheibe. He's a great shooter, and teams are really closing him out hard, and he's really getting good at just putting the ball on the floor a time or two and hitting that little pull-up jumper and getting fouled on it quite a bit. So he's one of our better free throw shooters. So if he can put those three phases of his game together, that's very beneficial to our team.
Well, Coach,
and one of the big things that didn't probably pop out in the point column is DeQuan Johnson getting 15 rebounds. I mean, that was huge for us. I think 5 of them were offensive rebounds, and so he's, he really took care of some boards there for us.
Well, Coach, it seemed like you guys had a full team effort, and you'll need that team effort to carry over tonight against the Dragons. I know you mentioned that win against the Grizzlies, a lot of SEK conference implications. At this point, you guys are sitting at number 2. If you happen to beat the Dragons tonight, that tiebreaker goes in your favor, and you guys are atop the SEK conference. You just talk about the tone of this game. Is it any different than a normal SEK matchup, or considering that in December this was just a 3-point win at your guys' house, this has a bit more chippiness and a bit more competitiveness than usual?
Yes, it does. You're exactly right. We feel like maybe in December we maybe felt that little chippiness or that edge. I mean, because at that time we were trying to prove that we wanted to prove that we thought we were as good as Pittsburg. We were as good as Altamont, who was, those teams were picked above us, and so we kind of were, we were a little chippy back then, but now this means something numbers wise, as far as first and second, and you hear it all the time. You like to tell your kids, well, it's just another game, just go play, but in reality, we need to put some of that on our guys. They need to feel a little bit of that pressure, you might say, that this is a big game, because we're just going to have more big games on down the stretch, and even into sub-state. You don't want to just tell them that, hey, it's just another game now, and then all of a sudden you get to a sub-state game and it's do or die. So yeah, we're letting our guys know that this is a huge game for us, and there's a lot on the line tonight. So.
Again, that was Anthony Houck, head boys basketball coach of the Parsons Vikings. We are back with starting rotations ahead of tonight's Purple Dragon Viking matchup here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, ahead of tonight's Pittsburg High School Purple Dragon and Parsons Vikings boys basketball matchup. The Dragons enter with an 11-3 record led by Kylie Rolls, Anthony Houck 11-4, Vikings 5-2 in the Southeast Conference. And this game, Avi, is for supremacy in the Southeast Kansas Conference. If the Dragons win today, they will have a full 2-game lead upon everybody else in the Southeast Kansas Conference. If not, Anthony Houck and the Vikings will jump to that number 1 spot. Both teams would be 6-2 in the conference, but the Vikings would ultimately have the tiebreaker over the Dragons. So this game, a lot of implications in terms of conference play.
Yeah, you couldn't say it any better. Cameron, really looking forward to this matchup. It was an implosion last time for the Purple Dragons against these Parsons Vikings, but it was a great effort. I mean, Parsons played very, very well towards the end. Pittsburgh, Coach Rolfe said it best. I'll always remember it. Well, when he talked to us, he said, we just didn't play our basketball. We played a different basketball. That's what happened when we ended up losing that one. But looking for a different outcome today. If you're Pittsburgh, home, you got the home court advantage now, so it should be a pretty good matchup tonight.
When we talk about how uncharacteristic of a game it was for the Dragons, after one quarter of play, it was a 1-point ball game, your typical competitive game, but the Dragons looked like the Dragons. They led by 10 heading into halftime, but Parsons with an exemplary second half of action, especially in the fourth quarter when they outscored the Dragons up until the 30-second mark, 27-12. So they used a big second half to overtake the Dragons in what was a poor 3-point performance as well. The Dragons really settling from behind the arc as they went 6 of 17 in that ballgame. Chase Curtis with 16 rebounds, but a big outing for both Derek Williams and Daquan Johnson, combining for 33 points. And with that, let's meet our starters for the night. Tonight's starting rotation for the Dragons is Chase Curtis, the recent Shrine Bowl signee, who also signed with head coach Tom Nicholson as one of the coaches for the Shrine Bowl coming up in July, with Drew Rolfes, Gavin Elkamil, who was on a game rest against Independence, coming back out today at home. Marquis English, who had a double-double performance against the Vikings last time in December, and Jared Butcher, who had a big outing against the Bulldogs on Friday. Derek Williams, Daquan Johnson, who grabbed 15 rebounds in a victory against Labette, Ezekiel Lyons, Devontae Yates, and Joel Shebe. The thing about this Vikings team is that they are very young. They have some very youthful players that play way out of their realm of physical age. And so to have Joel Shebe and Williams come out like they did and drop 18 points each against Labette, that speaks volumes about how far this club has gone and the coaching of Coach Houck.
Yeah, absolutely. If I remember right, Shebe was just on fire from three-land last time. He is an important shooter on this team, and when he was off the court, they had a hard time getting it down to the wings of the court, and they couldn't make any attempts there. But when Shebe came in, he was a different player. He flexed and opened up the offense for Parsons. So really looking forward to seeing that offense again. And then welcome back Gavin Elkamil. That was a big thing. Yeah, we talked about it with Coach Rolfe. He had a knee injury. He's back now. That's a huge, huge factor in this matchup today. And you know that this team is hungry for a victory, a rematch in this one.
Well, again, this game with a lot of implications in the Southeast Kansas Conference. It will be interesting to see who comes out on top. And when I spoke with Coach Rolfe, I mentioned, is there a different tone to this game? Is there more competitive, chippy? Do you feel like the atmosphere is going to be different? And he really said, we're going to try to treat this like another game, but I know our guys are really excited to get out there and play this club in particular. So I'll take that as an implied, yes, our guys are really feeling a tone shift in this game and that they want to come out and avenge the loss in December to this Vikings team that is highly touted and jumped from 8th to 6th in Class 4A D2 state rankings as Marquis English shakes hands with Devontae Yates. The Dragons wearing their opal white home uniforms, purple numerals and lettering. The Vikings, their cerulean blue uniforms with white numerals trimmed with yellow. And the tip-off win for the Dragons. To the left corner goes Elkamil. He's able to grab the jump ball, tip to him. Swings it over to Butcher, right wing. He'll patrol deeper to the right wing. Swings it back over to Elkamil, who rotates to the left corner. Drew Rolfes, a spike pass over into the chest of Elkamil, who delivers another one-time chest pass to Butcher. Far side elbow with it is English. Power dribble over his shoulder, and Curtis catches it far side short corner. Rolfes trying to go to work. He'll permeate inside the key. Left corner three, up and down for Gavin Elkamil. A good pass by Drew Rolfes. And much like last time these two teams met, no time wasted in transition as Lyons turns it over. In transition, it's English who finds Elkamil, who blows the lay-in. On the break, in and out move by Yates. Scoops it up right-handed, and a charge call as Yates went right into the torso of Curtis, the recent signee for the Shrine Bowl. quarterback of Pittsburg High School, en route to a big season and an appearance at sectionals. 3-0 the score. Dragons lead it currently as Butcher shovels it backwards to Elkamil. Chest pass to Curtis outside of the arc. Rolls catches after a sluggish performance from deep against Independence. Left corner again. Gavin Elkamil, cha-ching. 6-0 the score. Dragons lead early. Crossover move by Williams. Right to left. Hail Mary. Ice cream scoop shot by Williams. No. As English comes out the board, he kicks it left corner. Butcher sells the head fake. English catches left block, steps through, and is fouled on his way to the basket by Johnson.
Gavin Elkamil making his presence known early in this one, Cameron. He's got the first 2 buckets of the game. Big job by the sophomore.
And correction, the foul on Sheeby. I thought Johnson was the one underneath the basket, but English, regardless, will have a pair of free throws as he drains his first. Second opportunity for English. He will take 2 dribbles, spins the ball in his mitts, sets waist level to his forehead, and then rattles one home. So Marquis English knocks down 2 free throws as Butcher will apply pressure against Williams in the backcourt. He gracefully strides past the timeline. With his bright yellow socks and bumblebee shoes, he kicks out a pass. Left corner attacking, working the baseline as Johnson. Good lay-in by Johnson, who could have dunked that one easily, but instead went for the safe lay-in. Right wing, Butcher leaves his 3 short, and that one's tracked down by Joel Sheeby. Sheeby scoops it backwards and shovels it in transition. Right corner trifecta as this frenetic pace continues. Lions near side corner 3 off kilter. On the break, English lost the ball in transition and it falls off of his hands, and it will be Vikings basketball. So again, a hectic pace to begin, Avi. 8-2 is the score. Dragons lead by 6. Ball is inbounded by Lions to Williams. Dorique Williams met by Butcher, who's right up in his grill. Yellow Nike socks with black swishes. Kicks a pass over. Left corner. Head fake by Lyons. Sheeby flashes to the ball at the point. The 6'3 guard goes to work, tossing it up right-handed. No. Tip it to the air by Lyons. Rebound by Johnson. Power dribble. He lost it off his shoe. Purple Dragon basketball. And a good effort by Parsons, slowing down their cadence momentarily enough to have at least 3 passes during that offensive sequence. As head coach Kim Anderson for the Pittsburg State Gorillas and assistant coach John Gilliam in attendance, watching some of the local talent. Catching the ball, left wing working with it is Rolfs. He kicks it out to the point where the straightaway 3 by Butcher is just shy. It smooches off the lip of the iron. Rebounded by Johnson, now with 2 boards, crosses beneath his knees. He goes from right to left and he swings it to the left side, catching his Lions. Fall away, left short corner 2 by Sheeby. 2 hops and unfriendly bounce for the Vikings as English will garner the rebound. In transition, English kicks it out, left wing, Elkamil. 3 3-pointers have fallen for Gavin Elkamil. 3 for 3 from downtown thus far. Left wing, back to the point for Williams. The ball skipped over to the right wing, operating with the sphere is Johnson. He crosses over beneath his knees, will permeate inside the arc, go to the right ring, into Yates. Yates is unable to convert. Second chance opportunities following his offensive rebound. He's fouled on his way up and will go to the bar. And it is fouled by Chase Curtis, who had a great showing last time these 2 teams met, notching 16 rebounds, a season high. And Coach Rolls barking out orders to his club, saying we need to get back defensively. And Gavin Elkamil, as well as Marquis English, taking that information and nodding, acknowledging what Coach Rolfs had to say. Same thing with Chase Curtis as the first free throw drops for Devontae Yates, another very talented young player for this Viking squad. 11-3 the score. Dragons currently lead it. Yates goes 2 of 2 from the line. 4 points for the Vikings and a 7-point edge for the Dragons as they have been beneficiaries of the sophomore Gavin Elkamil's 3 consecutive trifectas made. Left corner with it, working with it is Rolfs as he goes triple threat, brings the ball below his knees, darts a pass to Chase Curtis, right wing Elkamil, feeling it! Quad for quad. 12 points in the contest. The Dragons up 10. Gavin Elkamil, who used that rest against Independence, feels fresh today. Curtis unable to defend the pick and roll. Devontae Yates springs up for the left-hand polished finish. Back to 8. Butcher into the front court, make it to the right wing as he looks low on the post. Lobs it to English, who goes right into the teeth of the defense and scores. Marquis English, 4 points, 3 rebounds. He and Elkamil, the lone 2 players in the stats book for the Purple Dragons. Right corner 3 is up and down for Johnson. So Daquan Johnson is able to capitalize following some lackadaisical defense by the Dragons. Coach Rolfe says look low for English, who asked for the basketball. Instead, it will be Drew Rolfes catching far side corner. Curtis right block misses his first shot. Second opportunity goes. And a timeout used by Coach Alk. He wants to stop the bleeding. A 9-point lead for PHS, and an excellent showing thus far for Gavin Elkamil. 4 of 5 from the floor, 4 of 4 from behind the arc. 18-9 the score. Purple Dragon advantage. We are back at 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
You need a lead dog to win a sled race, and right now Gavin Elkamil is that lead dog. 12 points, 4 of 4 from deep. Parsons attempting to respond with a Shebe far corner 3. No. Crossing over in between his legs is Elkamil, who goes from right to left and attacks inside the right ring to the right block. Right-hand floater goes, and Gavin Elkamil seems nearly unstoppable. Left wing 3 in response from Williams is too long. Ball tracked down by Shebe. He gets into a spill with Curtis, and it is a foul on Chase Curtis, his second, which immediately prompts Coach Rolfe to send in Trenton Austin for the Dragons, as Patrick Lodeholtz will check in for the Vikings. Trenton Austin, who started last game for Gavin Elkamil and then previously for Jarek Butcher about 2 games prior to that, has been a great addition in that spot start, and he feels pretty confident coming into today. Left corner with it. Lodeholtz tries to go with a wraparound bounce pass, fakes it, goes up through the thicket of arms, unable to score. Good defense by the interior of the Dragons. Rebound by Trenton Austin as he finds an open Elkamil. Feints the dart pass to the right corner to English. He'll swing it to Butcher. Bounce pass, a post entry feed to Austin. Left wing 3, English swishes it. Right now the Dragons in command with a 23-9 lead, a 14-point edge that has been induced because of 5 of 7 shooting from downtown. Attacking Lions, left short corner 2, leaves it short. Ball loose, grappled by Austin, already 2 boards on the night. Maybe 60 seconds on the floor. Rolfe's left wing leaves it shy. Rebounded by Williams after he grappled the board. He looks up, alley-oop attempt tipped in by Daquan Johnson. Good alley-oop feed by Williams after he no-looked the attempt. Attacking inside is Austin. He's stripped on the break. Going up, Johnson tries to flush it one-handed. No, Austin using his springs to springboard up and grapple the board. Already 3. Butcher attacks right short corner, and he is fouled by Daquan Johnson. As Javon Grant, the freshman point guard for the Dragons, set to check in, as will Shebe for the Vikings. 23-11 the score, a 12-point edge for the Dragons, with Jared Butcher going to the free throw line. The Dragons on your dial, right to left offensively, compared to the Vikings left to right. Butcher's free throw is shy, as Yates will come back onto the hardwood, giving both Williams and Johnson a breather. 2 electrifying guards who next season, as the Dragons graduate several playmakers, could lead this Parsons Vikings team to an SCK title, if not next year, this year. And off to our right, near our media table, as Butcher goes 1 and 2, Gavin Elkamil being tended to by the athletic training staff. 24-11 the score. Shebe will catch. Left wing, Yates, power dribble, left block, right hand hook. No, good offensive rebound by Luke Wolgala, who also snuck in during the dead ball substitution. Comes up with the offensive rebound and is fouled. And Wolgamon a load inside, approximately 210, 220 pounds, and he stands about 6'5", and he was able to muscle his way up. First foul committed by Austin, as Wolgamon's free throw, as he sets at his chin, is a shallow attempt that will snake off the rim. Wolgamon will have a second opportunity awaiting him. Vikings coming off a 77-64 road win against Labette. Javon Relaford for the Grizzly got his as Wolgamont goes 1-2, but ultimately a good outing for Sheeby, who had 18. Far side block, catching it is English following the post feed from Rolfs. Jab step by Butcher to his left. Pass fake against Sheeby. The feint will induce Sheeby to cut to the outside. Rolfs bounce pass to English, and there's a foul on the floor committed by the Vikings. That is the team's third, and it will be on 41. No, I think the official meant 14, so it will be on 14 for the Vikings, and I don't even see a 14 on the floor. 13 is what they're going to say now, but that official had 4-1 on his hands, I think. Regardless, miss on the opposite end by Yates. Javon Grant behind the back. He'll lose his handle as Lyons comes up with the steal. He looks left corner, setting his feet as Yates. He lost the handle on the basketball. Poked away by Graham. With under 60 seconds left in the first, it's 24-12. They had a hard time understanding who the foul was on. The PA announcer said 14. The official put 41 on his hands. Regardless, coming off the floor will be Wolgamott and Lyons. Back into the game, Williams and Johnson with Sheeby, Yates, and Lodeholtz, who's in the right corner with the sphere above his head. Globe pounding and oscillating towards the hardwood, fall away. Right hand floater goes against English, who played hands-up defense. Lodeholtz 50% from the floor early on. 36 seconds to go in this first frame. 24-14 the score. Dragons shooting 5 of 8 from deep. Rolfs finds English at the apex of the arch. Left wing to Butcher. He looks low for Austin, who did a quasi-post up. Grant right wing, no. Rebound by Sheeby. Sheeby's second rebound of the night following the Grant missed 3. And the Vikings will hold for one shot with 12 seconds left in the first. Dragons playing perimeter defense, and it's one-on-one. Grant against Williams, who bumps into Javon Grant, tosses a circus shot up, misses his first shot, rebounded by the second attempt. In terms of Yates, he goes back up, fouling 1. Great job by Deontay Yates to battle for the offensive rebound. Yates to the charity stripe for the second time tonight. He's 2-2, and he can go with an and 1 here with 1.6 left in the first. Yates does so. 24-17, Butcher, midcourt heave, and nearly goes in as it smooches off the orange, but after 1 quarter of action, the Dragons lead it 24-17. Gavin Elkamil, the leading man with 14 points in terms of 5 of 6 shooting from the floor. 4 of 4 from downtown. Hopefully he will come back into the ballgame because the Dragons desperately need him. And we will come back with more action here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7 in 30 seconds.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
The sophomore guard for the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons, Gavin Elkamil, was checked out on the sideline by the Dragons athletic trainer. He's had a knee injury that has been bugging him through the last couple of weeks. That's why he missed and sat out and was a clean scratch against the Independence Bulldogs Friday. He has started off sublime. 4 of 4 from downtown, 14 points, and a 24-17 Dragon lead as we begin the top of the second. Ripping through from right hip to left hip is Johnson, trying to take Elkamil off the bounce. He's unable to capitalize. Curtis with his second rebound. He needs to be careful in this second quarter. He has 2 fouls. Elkamil transition 3. That was a heat check, missing his first three-pointer of the contest. Johnson back-to-back rebounds as Lions catches right wing 3, contested by a fly by Curtis, still falls. Lions with the moxie to take the attempt. I don't know if he was just unaware or knew that that shot was going to go in regardless. Grant, a beautiful twisting chest pass that flutters through the air to Rolfs. He picks up his dribble against Johnson. Johnson playing great defense on the perimeter. English attacks from the right wing, will permeate inside the key to the right ring and scores. English, 9 points, 3 rebounds in the contest. As Derek Williams, chest pass to Sheeby, the ball's up in the air. Rolfs battling against Sheeby for the loose ball. English on a hot potato drill comes up with it. Crosses over right to left. Rolfs, transition 3, head fake. Gives it to Elkamil, the trailer. That one's to the right as it will glance off the backboard. From what I can glean thus far from this contest, that Elkamil is going to try to take every transition 3 he can, as a three-pointer left corner by Lyons does not go. He's now 1 of 3 in the contest. Left corner, Rolfs his trifecta no, and Lyons is able to snare the board. His first rebound of the contest as he looks ahead, bounce past Sheeby, near side corner. He loops it back around to Johnson. His right wing 3, that one drops. Daquan Johnson, 10 points, matching and trying to keep pace with Elkamil, the Dragons, who has 14. Rolfs has struggled. He's 0-2. The Dragons overall 5-12, and they've been a bit trigger happy from downtown. Curtis catches at the apex of the arch, works it around to Grant right wing. English ball poked loose by Sheeby. He recovers going into the chest of Yates, and that's an easy charge call. And Coach Hout, with that shiny cue ball head of his, raises his right hand and makes a peace sign for an inbounds play for the Vikings. And a timeout used by the Dragons. A 30-second quick timeout used by Coach Rolfs. 26-23 the score. The Dragons lead it by 3 and a 6-2 run early on in the second quarter of action. Avi, the Vikings seem far more comfortable after trailing by as much as 14 points in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it seemed that the Dragons were doing everything right. Then all of a sudden, Cameron, they got a little too greedy, jacking up a couple shots that they didn't need to. I think if they continue to run that offense, they'll be very dominant in doing so, as they are struggling to get back into rhythm now, as Gavin Elkamil is definitely one of those people struggling right now. Not sure if he's 100% at the current moment, but it's definitely not the same quarter that he had the first time.
Lions will inbound from the far side baseline as he has Derek Williams open. He will catch ear level, bring the ball to his ear like a conch shell, and then oscillate the basketball with his left hand, his left wrist taped up with athletic tape. That is white. Hesitating bounce pass from Williams to Johnson, who goes with another threading pass to an open Loholtz, who misses the 2-foot shot. Good contest by English as he gathers his 4th rebound. Right wing 3 by Butcher short. English almost had the offensive rebound. Instead, it's gathered by Curtis, and he'll swing it high off the window. So Curtis, 4 points, 3 rebounds in the contest, 2 of those 3 offensive boards. Williams skips the ball over the head of Elkamil to the left wing where Butchers is at. Lyons catches Loholtz, far side short corner, right elbow is Wolgamott. Right corner 3 is up and shy. Battling for the offensive rebound is Williams. He tries to sneak a pass over, left wing 3 for Johnson, and that one swirls around and drops through the bottom of the netting. Johnson, 13 points, 3 rebounds. As Grant enters the front court, he dribbles with his left hand, crosses beneath his knee to his right hand. Grant catches left corner 3. That one's to the right of the yards, and a one-handed athletic rebound by Johnson, who has 13 points and 4 rebounds. A multifaceted player. Wraparound bounce pass by Williams to Lyons. The runner, no. Wolgamott tries to battle Curtis for the offensive/defensive rebound. Last touch by Wolgamott. It will go to the boys in white. Rolfs comes in for Grant as Curtis will inbound near baseline, left side of the goal to Butcher in the backcourt, a quarter court in. And the fan section has swelled from both sides, mostly Dragon fans coming to check out this really fun contest between 2 premium teams in the Southeast Kansas Conference. English catches, high post. He'll find Curtis, power dribble into Yates, and an emphatic waffle boarding swat away by Johnson. 28-26 the score. Dragons up by a pair with nearly 4 minutes left in the half. English gets the inbounds following the box set. Rolfs works it around from right wing to the top of the arch. English double team tries to squeak through. He had a little bit of room on the drop step against Wolgamott. Yates came late, and it's a foul committed by Wolgamott. And the official still putting up 4 fingers for Wolgamott. He's number 32. But the official, rather the PA announcer, is able to decipher what the official wanted. So that's a foul on Wolgamott, the 5th team foul, both teams with 5 team fouls. And English sinks his first free throw of the set here as he is 3 of 3 in the contest. Wolgamott subs out with 2 fouls and back in as Scheibe. 29-26 the score. Dragons up 3. English to make it 4 as he sets waist level and swishes through the free throw. 11 points, 4 rebounds for English. High ball screen. Williams wanted it, but instead he was trying to conduct Lyons to go to the near side corner. Yates battling for the offensive rebound. Instead, English is able to gobble it up like Pac-Man. Left wing transition pass to Butcher. Curtis has it now at the point. He looks underneath. Double teamed is English, but he uses his spindly frame to score over the top of the head of Yates. 32-26 to score. Beautiful behind the back by Williams. High arcing right-handed floater. No, Curtis. 4 rebounds now. Williams has done a great job attacking inside, but he has just been unable to finish. Elkamil stops, thought about popping outside the arc. Left corner, Butcher on an island. Hill airmail that one. Rebound by Johnson. Looks ahead. Lyons is able to go with the scoop shot. Coach Rolfs furious that no one was back to defend Lyons as he lays it in for his first field goal inside of the horseshoe. Elkamil crosses over right to left, left to right in between the legs. Attacks right short corner, goes with a easy, soft, inside left-hand floater. He's 2 of 3 from inside the horseshoe, now 16 points. He leads all scorers. Next closest is Johnson on the Viking side and English with 13 as well. Sheeby attacks near side ring. He'll reverse it back outside to Daquan Johnson, who goes with the chest pass to Lyons. Far sideline with 2:45 left in the first half. This has been a very fast-paced game. A frenetic style between the Vikings and the Dragons. Pull up, near side, short corner two by Johnson, and he does, the feed me gesture and expression as he walks up the floor. He has 15 points and has been the go-to guy. A Renaissance man on the floor, too, with 15 points and 4 rebounds. Curtis catches, beautiful post-entry pass by English, lobbing it over the top of the defense. Yates leaks open. He blows a point-blank range lay-in. The bunny misses, and then English with the swat on the second opportunity by Yates. Tracked down by Sheeby, and the Vikings will reset. 36-30 to score, and a timeout used by Coach Howe, wanting to get his guys regrouped. Both sides using the afterburners early on. We'll see how that plays out in the second half of action as the second quarter of play starting to wind to an end. 2 minutes left in the second, 36-30. Dragons lead. We're back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 1007.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Canar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but we never lose sight of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Canar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Let's go back live courtside.
2 minutes left in the second. Purple Dragon fan section all wearing Adidas attire on their feet. Lions left wing three. That one sails off the flange, and it's grabbed by Elkamil, his first rebound of the night. He accelerates to the rack and tried to lob it up for English, but it was a foul on the pass on the floor. Lions frustrated with the decision as bewilderment was written all over his face. He was also quite irked, and Coach Rolfs, he wanted to say an ass wasn't on the floor, and that is the case. So the score 36-30, Dragons up 6. Ball is inbounded. Far side baseline by Butcher. English ultimately comes up with it outside of the horseshoe. Left block, posting up. Curtis on the backside. Sheeby. Curtis, good read as he goes with the right-hand hook. He's unable to score. Lodeholt with the snared rebound. He looks ahead, tries to go with a snaking layup, but he navigated too far underneath the basket and did not score. Lodeholt's 25% from the floor, 1 at floor. Grant off the rebound, slows down the offense. First time saying that tonight. Elkamil left wing with the globe in his left hand. pulsating the basketball, will attack, goes left short corner, tried to go with the Dirk Nowitzki fade. He's slow to get back defensively as he's sluggish getting up. Coach Wolf screaming at him as Lyons tries to step through from the right block and travels. And Coach Hauk saying, hey, just go straight up with that, Zeke. 36-30 to score. Dragons leading by 6. And a tight-knit contest. Dragons only +1 on the boards and +1 from deep, +1 from the free throw line. And that has resulted in a 6-point margin on the scoreboard with under 60 to go in the first half. English chest pass to Rolfs, left wing, Wolgamont and Williams to come back in. Ripping through is Grand. No look pass to the left wing where Rolfs at. Head fake by English. Goes triple threat. Curtis catches. Right block. Strong arms his way to the basket. And Curtis has been instant offense. 8 points, 4 rebounds. Just apply a little bit of water, put it in the microwave for 250, and let it cool. 30 seconds left in the half. 8-point lead for the Dragons. Sheeby sets a pseudo-low ball screen as Isaac Leverage is set to check back in, I think, for Elkamil, who kind of seems to be favoring that left knee, and you not in agreement, Avi, as Lodeholtz fakes a interchange with Lyons. He'll take it inside. Sheeby double clutch high off the glass and is able to score. The Dragons will have to work quickly. English will attack. He loses it. Coming up with it, Lodeholtz. 3 ticks left. He needs to put his head up. Left ring 2, no. And Lodeholtz drops to 1 of 5 from the floor. And at the intermission, it is 38-32. And the Dragons have the halftime lead in a shootout from Pittsburg High School, which we will bring you back to Coach Krotz. The girls basketball team from Pittsburg High School will join us following a marquee win today against Mike Kroll and his Lady Vikings. We'll also look at first half statistics. We'll be back with more Purple Dragon Athletics here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
AQ halftime performance inside of Pittsburg High School as some young Purple Dragons dancing right now in their red attire to some Frank Sinatra. And at intermission, it is 38-32, so nothing really soothing currently, as right now the Dragons with a 6-point edge over the Vikings of what has been a back-and-forth affair, neither team pulling punches. And let's get to the stats. Chase Curtis, 8 points, 4 rebounds for the Dragons, and he was pretty much instant offense when he caught it down low. Javon Grant with the rebound on 0 of 1 shooting from 3-point range. Gavin Elkamil, the high man at intermission, with 16 points. He started off the game 4 of 4 from deep and then added a few lay-ins, but he seems to be favoring that left knee, Avi, so that could pose a problem in the second half. But according to Coach Rolfs, he seemed to be better in practice this week after taking Friday off against Independence. 13 points for Marquis English, including 5 rebounds. And Jarek Butcher, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 0 of 3 from deep. 1 point. Trenton Austin has 3 rebounds. The Dragons, 5 of 6 from the stripe, 14 rebounds. That's just a +1 advantage on the glass. But 5 of 13 from deep as they have really tried to force the 3 ball. Drew Rolfs, 0 of 2 from downtown, and then you also add in Jarek Butcher. That's 5 missed 3-pointers. For the Vikings, 1 rebound, 1 assist for Derican Williams, but it doesn't really matter because Daquan Johnson on the wing is really picking up the scoring load and has shot 6 of 6 from the floor, 15 points and 4 rebounds. Ezekiel Lyons in the contest, 5 points and a rebound, including 1 of 3 from deep. He is 2 of 4 overall from the field. 7 points for Devontae Yates, including 3 rebounds. 2 points for Patrick Lodeholtz on 1 of 5 shooting. And then Joel Sheeby, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Luke Wugamont, 1 point and 1 rebound. With that, we will step aside for 2 minutes and then come back with another quick look at the statistics. Maybe be joined by Chris Krotz, head girls basketball coach of the Purple Dragons, and then we'll look ahead to the second half of action. You're listening to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Let's go back live courtside.
A 3-point contest inside Pittsburg High School taking place. You pay $1, you can win $100. So Jeff Staley just watched one of his students hit a half-court shot, nearly another. So there's going to be one student that wins a good chunk of change. But Jeff Staley's done a fantastic job as the new AD of Pittsburg High School and has been extremely accommodating to you and I, Avi, as we'll give you a quick recap here on ESPN 100.7, your sports headquarters with Avi Sharma. She'll be right back in our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. If you are just joining us on the dial or on our web stream at ESPN100.7.com, we welcome you in at intermission. It is 38-32. The Purple Dragons with a 6-point edge over the Parsons Vikings as we are slowly encroaching on the third quarter of play, or slowly approaching, I should say. Coach Staley getting really excited with his students after another half-court heat. But regardless, after one half of action, Avi, we saw really a back-and-forth affair. Despite the Dragons leading by as much as 14 points in that first quarter, they were the beneficiaries of some hot shooting early on by Gavin Elkamil. But that really curtailed off, and really with that lag of production behind the arc, Daquan Johnson stepped up, went 6 of 6 from the field, and they did a great job crashing the glass and gave themselves second chance opportunities.
Well, Cameron, it seemed like the hot hand switched from the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons in the first quarter, where they literally could not miss, and then all of a sudden it became Parsons who could not miss in the second quarter. So a tale of different quarters for both teams. as we've seen a high-scoring game so far, 38-32. That's a pretty good half, I would say. But, you know, you got to finish it out here. We'll see who the better team is in the second half. I know Coach Ralston and company really wasn't happy with the way his team played that second quarter. They were not running the offense, and when they did, Chase Curtis was down low, was a man on a mission. He would fight through everybody and make buckets inside. And then on the other side, Parsons doing a great job. I think the difference right now is Parsons' fast break. They are really, as soon as a missed basket or even a made basket, how quick they get across the half court. I think it's within 2 seconds or maybe even that, how quickly they get across. And that makes Pittsburgh hurry up and rush things.
Well, let's take a flashback to last year to see what the score was at halftime during December of 2018 when these two teams clashed at Parsons High School. It was 33-23. This game 38-32 at intermission. A 14-point combined difference between that halftime and this halftime. So the offense is running smoothly currently. The Dragons 5 of 13 from deep. The Vikings 4 of 8 from downtown. So the Dragons shooting under 40%. The Vikings right at 50. Inside the horseshoe, the Dragons have had really no issues as Marquis English and Chase Curtis have been able to exploit the soft interior of this Vikings team, and it's tough to overcome a strong and a lengthy forward like both Curtis and English are. And in the rebounding column, 14-13 in favor of the Dragons by 1. But right now, Daquan Johnson for the Vikings, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Gavin Elkamil, 16 points, 4 of 6 from deep. It is a clash of the guards, and this tilt will continue with the third quarter after a 2-minute break here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top quality, energy efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
You heard the bump. You can watch all your favorite Dragons and Vikings on your sports headquarters live stream, ESPN1007.com. Let's start the third quarter. 38-32, Dragons lead by 6. It is a far sideline inbound by Curtis into the backcourt where Butcher's at. Burdish will rotate it to the left wing, who then dumps off a pass left corner to Curtis as the offense is really spaced for the Dragons. And it's a high post set for English. Left short corner to an air ball by Curtis, his first missed field goal of the contest. It's tracked down by Scheibe, and then Scheibe delivers a pass over to Johnson, and Johnson continues his streak of excellence. He is 7 of 7 from the floor tonight. And the Vikings going with a 2-3 zone, daring the Dragons to shoot as Butcher goes with the head fake. Elkamil left wing, no better look for Elkamil as he swishes home the trifecta. He's 5 of 7 downtown, 19 points in the contest. 41-34 the score. A minute into this third quarter, Johnson will catch at the apex of the arch. Defended by Elkamil. Kicks out. Left wing three is shy and tracked down by Elkamil, who does a nice nifty move to keep the ball below his knees and away from Johnson. Good pass to English. English catches. Right hand finish over Lyons, who contested on a flyby. English now 5 of 5 from the floor. 4 of 4 from the free throw line as he's had a perfect endeavor shooting as well. Back to the basket is Yates. Defended by Curtis, and he says, I'll meet you at the top as he waffle boards that one away. Curtis across the timeline, looks low. English on an island, went up, waited on the flyby for Williams, but Williams hung in the air so long he was still able to get a piece of the rock. Blocked. Johnson, left wing, well up the mark as it ricochets off the window, and Elkamil with the long rebound. Underneath the basket, English left block, no. Second chance, he scores. So Marquis English now 5 of 6 from deep, 17 points and 6 rebounds. Quick trigger three as Williams is able to get one to circle around the rim twice and drop through a fortuitous couple of hops and swirls for the Vikings. 45-37, Butcher with the head fake. Rolfs near side corner as the Dragons on your dial going from left to right offensively. Another three dialed up by Gavin Elkamil, and it is a fire sale from behind the arc. Combined, these teams are 12 of 25. Loose ball battling underneath is English with Devontae Yates, and English will come up with the basketball. Austin, who was initially going to check in, now goes back to the bench. Lodeholtz to come in for the Vikings at the next dead ball. 48-37 the score. Butcher looks for Elkamil, left corner. Lights out shooting as he swacks it in. Gavin Elkamil with a splendid 25-point performance, and Coach House wants to stop the bleeding. 9 points scored. 6 points scored by Gavin Elkamil in the third quarter. It is a 51-37 ball game. Dragons leading currently as they are on a 13-5 run to stop the top of the third quarter. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program, and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Let's go back live courtside.
Gavin Elkamil with an extremely productive night. He has 25 points on 9 of 13 shooting, 7 of 9 from deep. His best three-point shooting performance of the season. 7 makes on 9 attempts. The Dragons, who were under 40% from deep at halftime, have now balanced out at 50% due to a great otherworldly effort by Elkamil, who was out last game against Independence, catching a breather, and because of some fatigue issues and a knee injury, as Williams, to begin out of the timeout, shoots a 3-ball, and that one swirls out in the way into the hands of Elkamil, who does not waste any time finding Butcher near the left corner. English will catch, far side block, near side into the court, and it's a foul against Lodeholtz. Derek Williams having a bit of a rough outing tonight. He is 1 of 5. 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Near side baseline inbound, right side of the goal. That hangs from the rafters inside Pittsburg High School Gymnasium from Butcher. Curtis, far side elbow, looks for English. English unable to capitalize. He's now missed 2 shots on the night. On the break, following the Williams rebound, he lost it. Lodeholtz misses his attempt, and slow to get up is Williams. As English on the break blows the right-hand bunny layup. Lodeholtz again looks ahead for Lions. Alley-oop attempted, a miss. Alley-oop jam by Williams. I'm not sure why. And Coach Haupt's expression says it all. What a bewilderment. Why would you try to do something like that? Just take the easy left-hand layup. So really a lot of back and forth thus far following the timeout used by Coach Haupt. 51-37 the score. Dragons up 14, tying their largest lead of the contest. nearing the midway point of the third. Elkamil defended by Lyons. Ezekiel trying to catch up to Elkamil. Back to the basket is Curtis. He scans, has English, head fake, blows past Loholtz, dances inside for the foul, and the traditional +1. Doing it the old-fashioned way as Williams fouls English. That is 2 team fouls committed by the Vikings in this third quarter. English now 6 of 9 from the floor, 19 points and 6 rebounds. His free throw falls through gracefully, a perfect 5 of 5. Elkamil, probably his most palpable trait to collegiate teams is the ability to drive at 6'7" and the athleticism that goes along with it. Lyons is able to loop past Curtis and scores at the inside left hand. Out of way to evade the pressure and the flyby by the 6'5", 6'6" forward who just signed his guarantee to play in the Shrine Bowl. Left wing, Elkamil has everyone on their feet, misses, and he drops to 7 of 10 from downtown. Austin could not come up with the offensive rebound. Loholtz trips up as he tried to come up with the ball that was soaring through the air, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Purple Dragon possession. Inbound far side baseline and a full court press shown by Parsons. A 1-2-1 easy trap in midcourt for Loholtz, but English will catch right short corner following the pass from Curtis. Did you imagine a quarterback to get it there quickly? He did. English pounds directly into Wolgamont, and he fouls. So Wolgamont now has 2. Sheeby to come back in, and Sheeby, who is coming off an 18-point outing against the Grizzlies. Much like Williams, the two have been quiet. A combined 5 points and 4 rebounds. As Williams goes to the bench, Butcher inbounds, left side of the goal. English hangs in the air, floats, finds Curtis cutting along the baseline, and he scores. Chase Curtis, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and the Dragons nearly up 20. This is not an identical matchup to the last time these two teams met. The Dragons did lead by 20. That was their largest lead back in December as Curtis comes away with the steal, but the Vikings were already battling back by the time the third quarter was here. Elkamil reverses back outside of the cylinder. He'll go back in from the high post to the right block. No, English keeps it alive. Offensive rebound falling away from the basket. And somehow a Houdini basket falls for Marquis English, falling away from the 10. Right wing, Lyons turns it over. English running the break. He goes behind the back, scans, Rolfs, attacks. Left wing, looks low. English high off the window. And the onslaught continues in the third quarter before Coach Houck has to use a timeout. A 22-point third quarter of play with still 2:30 left in the third for the Dragons. The current run, 22-7 in favor of Pittsburg High School, a 21-point lead on the scoreboard. And with that, we are back in 30 seconds here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at Crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Let's go back live courtside.
The Vikings on the wrong side of a 22-7 run. The Dragons lead 60-39. This third quarter started off promising, Avi. It was just a 6-point lead for PHS. After the Vikings trailed by as much as 14 points in the first half, now that lead has expanded to 21. And the Dragons getting in the passing lanes, and the young Vikings making poor decisions on the offensive end, and shots not falling. Gavin Elkamil, 25 points, 7 of 10 shooting from downtown, 9 of 15 overall, has guided PHS. Left wing, Lyons delivers a one-time bounce pass right by Curtis. He goes in transition, left block, tries to work his way around Lyons, but Lyons strips him loose, and Curtis is asking for a foul as Williams checks back in, this time for Wolgamont. And Coach Rolfs irked. He said that should have been a blatant foul. The officials have done a fantastic job, in my opinion, tonight. I know there was a bit of controversy during that girls' game as left short corner, 2 from Rolfs falls. He had to contort his body midair as Loholtz closed down on him. Wow, that was A very awkward body position for Rolf, but he still knocked it out for his first point of the night. Sheeby misses the right-hand floater, recovered by Devontae Yates, and he's able to go back with the stick back. Yates, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Sheeby drops to 33% on the night. 2-on-1 action. Austin catches, left block goes up through traffic. Rolf says he wants the foul, but none given to him. Austin, first rebound of the, or rather first points of the night. Up fake, Soul by Williams attacking. Yates spins inside the key, nearly scores, and Curtis called for his third. The team's first of this third quarter with 1:38 left in the top of third. Grant to sub in, and he was initially coming in for Butcher, and now for Curtis. Isaac Leverage to check in, I think, for Butcher now. And Butcher will sub out. And Coach Rolf saying, hey, good job. You had good potty position. No reason to fret. And El Camino will also come in. So 3 different Dragons come onto the hardwood for PHS. Near side, baseline inbound to the right side of the backboard for Williams. In the backcourt, coming to the front court is Lodeholt. Lodeholt scans with his mitts on the sphere, dribbles with his left hand, spins away from English, who's right in his airspace. Bounce pass, good read by Leverance. He's there. He comes away with the steal off of a second opportunity by Williams on the pass. And he scoops it backwards to Grant, finds Austin, left short corner, who cannot finish the reverse. He drops to 1 and 2 shooting. In transition, galloping Yates, and it looks like he was fouled on the floor by Leverance. Yep. Lions hit a 3 from the near side corner, but it doesn't count as the whistle came prior to then. 64-41 the score, a 23-point lead for the Dragons. Their largest advantage of the night. Quick inbound, Williams to Lyons, who works it around the cylinder to Johnson. Johnson, defended by Leverage, goes with a head fake, stops left block, spins around, has Williams, is trying to contort his body midair, kicks it out right corner. Lyons 3 up and down. So Lyons is able to score. He's 2 of 4 from deep, 50%. Leverance catches in the backcourt, facing the full court press by Parsons. He goes with the chest pass. Grant trying to go against Yates. He'll stop. Right block goes the hesitation move. English flares up to the point. English begging for the basketball with 38 ticks to go, but I think Grant is wanting to hold for the last shot. El Camino head fake. He's able to get Lyons off his feet. He'll attack. Orchestrates a beautiful drive and is fouled on his way to the basket. How about El Camino? The head fake to get Lyons off his feet. Dribbles with his right, brings the ball behind his back, allows the defense to collapse, bumped by Yates, scoops it up with the right hand and nearly earns the and one. That is Yates' second and the team's fourth as El Camino goes to the free throw line, shooting 2 with 31 seconds left in the third. El Camino easily clangs that one home. El Camino with a second opportunity in just a second, as Yates is trying to discuss with the official regarding the foul. And the official completely ignores him as El Camino goes 2 and 2 in a friendly dragon hop off the lip of the iron. Bounce pass from Lyons in the backcourt to Williams with his Bumblebee Nike shoes. Dribbling with his left hand, crosses over in between his legs. Tight ball handling as Grant is defending. Right wing 3 by Lyons. No. Tracked down by Grant, who defended well on the perimeter. Grant inside of the key, draws a foul. He'll head to the free throw line with 15 seconds left to go. I just saw a blur of purple and white. Javon Grant has a third gear that he can shift into at any time. That fast first step and the acceleration up the floor, earning him this trip to the stripe as Lodeholt earns his third foul. Team's fifth. Grant rattles home his first free throw. 67-44 the score as Wolgamon and Sheeby check in for Lodeholt and Lyons after he missed his third 3 of the night. Grant takes 2 dribbles, sets at the waist, his free throw, saucers out. He's now 1 and 2 with 13 seconds to go. Williams not showing any sign of urgency with 8 to go. Defended by Grant, crosses over from right to left, stolen away. English looks ahead for Grant. No one there. He goes up left-handed and lays it in before the buzzer sound. Javon Grant, the freshman, orchestrates a quick turnaround and heading into the fourth quarter of action. It is all Pittsburg High School following a monstrous third quarter effort. 31 third quarter points posted by the Dragons compared to the 12 of the Vikings. We are back in 30 seconds with the beginning of the fourth quarter here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
We've reached the top of the 9 o'clock hour as we welcome you into Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium with Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. This has been a fun one for Pittsburg High School, who leads by 25, 69-44 after a 31-point outburst in the third quarter. They scored 38 points altogether in the first half. And it was a 31-12 scoring advantage in that third frame, and the Vikings are reeling with no real answer. They'll have to come up with something in this third. Sheeby, left short corner, tough pull-up jumper, takes a hop, a second hop, and on the backside is Daquan Johnson, who tips it in high off the window. He's 5 of 5 from inside of the restricted area. 7:32 remaining in the fourth, and a timeout used by Coach Rolfs. He wanted to bring in both Curtis and Rolfs. And Avi, we saw that third quarter, all Dragons. I don't know how else to summarize it outside of dominant.
It was a thing of beauty, Cameron. Your Coach Ralston company got to be thrilled about that one. That was a impressive third quarter, and that was a good one to give them this lead. But, you know, remember last time they had this big lead and they lost it, and so you don't want to do that. You want to continue the momentum, and you want to make the shots and make good shots. Take up good shots. Don't just jack up threes. I know the heat checks have been going there in favor of El Camino, but make sure you take good shots here, run that offense, and run some clock off.
And, man, the Vikings just seemed lost, especially in that third quarter defensively. They did not know who to defend, as it was a three-pronged attack between Curtis, English, and El Camino. English will catch following the far side inbound by Curtis. And Coach Rolf's not the one to pull punches, so we'll see how the Dragons attack in this fourth. Curtis, high post, finds Rolfs in really a triangle set. It looks like Phil Jackson kind of offense here, as it's the triangle set, quasi-triangle set, as I keep harping on that, but regardless, it's English at the point, right wing Rolfs. He looks for the curler in El Camino. He'll reverse back outside from the right block. Looks low for Curtis, back to the basket. Thought about going with the reverse lane. Instead, it's Rolfs, left wing three. He's short. Rolfs has struggled the last two games shooting from behind the arc. A steal by Rolfs. He goes up and is fouled.
Shelby White appreciated that Phil Jackson comment.
I'm sure he would. That is 2 on Johnson now, and the 16th foul committed by the Vikings as El Camino, I beg your pardon, goes to the free throw line. Not Drew Rolfs, but Drew Rolfs against Independence with 1 of 8 from deep. Against the Vikings tonight, 0 of 3. He is 1 of 11 the last 2 games. He has really hit a dry patch as Lions subs in. Wolgamott subs out, and I think the three-point shooters need to really start testing the waters from deep. Under 7 to go in the ballgame, and you're down 24. First free throw goes for El Camino. His second also good, and El Camino having a great outing. 4-4 from the free throw line, 29 points, 4 rebounds. Williams crosses the timeline. He took a hop, step, and walked with it. This is the epitome of an off night for the Vikings, who are coming off arguably their biggest win of the season at Labette by 13, and a chance to sit atop the SEK standings as English is able to receive a football pass from Curtis, and it's beautiful, on the money. English lays it in. He is 9 of 12 from about 5 feet away, and it's 73-46. The Dragons putting on a scoring exhibition. Steal by Rolfs now. He's fouled by Sheeby.
Would you say that was a Nick Foles to Nelson Aguilar, or how about Trey Burton to Nick Foles?
No, that was... No. I'm not trying to disrespect Chase Curtis, but when he gets a ring, he can show me, and he can prove me wrong. 73-46, Rolf swishes through his first. Rolf will have a second opportunity. Curtis saying, hey, you go guard Lodeholtz to English, or rather to Elkamil. That's being relayed as Rolfs goes 2 of 2. He now has 4 points on the contest. Inbound from Johnson to Williams. Crosses over from right to left, reverses it back to Lodeholtz at the point, spins inside the key, right-hand follow, a tough shot from Lodeholtz, but he gets it to go. He's 2 of 6 from the floor. Ball's inbounded into the backcourt. English is there, allows the backcourt to clear out. And Butcher operating with the rock, chest pass, left wing, Elkamil, jabs to his right again. He has Elkamil at the point, and the ball is swiftly moved over to the right wing. Rolfs moves it back to Elkamil. High ball screen set by English. Some two-man action between Elkamil and Curtis. He'll deliver a cross-court pass to Rolfs. He'll pull up from the right elbow. Ball poked up into the air by Elkamil, and it is tracked down by Williams. His third rebound of the game. He looks to push it in transition, goes up, and it's swatted away by English. 75-48 the score. Dragons lead it by nearly a 30-burger. Inbound, left side of the backboard by Williams. He has Johnson 5 steps away from the top of the horseshoe. Right wing to the right corner where Williams is at. He attacks nearly traveling. Lodeholtz permeates inside the key. English read the spin to the right-hand pull. Swats it away, but it falls right into the hands of Williams, who just sets his feet, flicks, no real jump, and it swishes through. 75-51 the score. Dragons lead it by 24 in the fourth with 5:20 left. English catches 2 feet away from the basket. Elkamil left wing 3. He's contested, but that one clangs home. Gavin Elkamil has to be near or at some sort of PHS 3-point shooting record. Tip in from the back is good by Williams. He's fouled as well. So Derek Williams finally gets a field goal to fall inside of 19 feet, and he goes to the free throw line. A double whammy for the Dragons. Sheeby thought about subbing up, but instead it will be Yates. Lyons comes in, and Lyons has probably been the most sure-handed three-point shooter alongside Johnson, as the Vikings have shot 50% from downtown, 7 of 14. And Williams leads the free throw shy, and it's rebounded by Curtis. Curtis looks ahead for Rolfs after the 5th rebound by the senior forward. The left wing reversing back outside is Curtis, following a pass from Rolfs to Butcher, who brings the ball above his back, above his black hair. Right wing, Elkamil jab step to the right short corner. He looks low for Curtis. Post entry pass. Curtis right wing looks for Elkamil, who uncorks a trifecta, misses. He's 8 of 12 from deep. Emulating Jaden McGrath of Independence's performance against the Dragons last Friday. 4:30 left in the ballgame, 78-53, and the Dragons trying to run down the clock. Curtis, left short corner, fights through, misses his first shot. Second opportunity, he's fouled on his way to the rim. Coach Houck is at a loss for words. He just looks towards his bench with his arms crossed, his gray sweater vest over his very nice blue dress shirt, and just says, hey, Wilgamon, get ready to go win. Same thing with the Yates. They've had no answer for English and Curtis, who have combined for 36 points, 13 rebounds, as Curtis misses his first free throw on the night. He'll have another one. But wow, the big three, if you will, for the Dragons. Gavin Elkamil 32, Marquis English 26, Curtis 10. Between Elkamil and English, that's 48 plus 10, 58 of the team's 78 points have come from those three guys. Absolutely ludicrous. Now 59 of the 79 have come from those three. Crossing over underneath his legs from right to left is Lyons. He looks for Johnson, who wiggles inside but is unable to finish the right-hand floater. Skip pass by Butcher. He has Rolfs. Looks far side wing for an open English. He's not there. Coach Rolfs thought about using a timeout, but it's a bounce pass to Butcher. Curtis catches far side corner, near end of the court. Defended by Yates' Butcher, who delivers a bullet pass to the left wing, scanning his Rolfs, flashing up his Curtis. He'll catch at the point, rotates it back to Rolfs. 3:37 left in the fourth, and the Dragons are just doing a great job moving the basketball around. And they've really continued to apply the pressure to this Parsons team. Excellent low post move by English. He could just not get it through the bottom of the net. That one was close. On the break, the lay-in attempt blocked from behind. Yates thought he had the coast clear, but Curtis swats it from behind. And it's going to be a full platoon swap. Next dead ball for the Dragons, who are already saying we have this. Butcher, weak side, cut, scores with the right hand. Butcher with 3 points now. Top of the key, straightaway three. Good for Williams, and a timeout on the floor. 81-53. The Dragons with the offensive prowess in this contest. All of the starters will be subbed out. We'll see an entirely new second unit following the 30-second break. A full timeout used by Coach Houck. So we're back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but a wage garnishment can make it hard to pay the rent, pay the pharmacy, or even feed the family. Bankruptcy can be a viable option to help families cope with unfortunate and unforeseen financial hardship. Call Steve Stockert at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for a consultation to find out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you and your family. Call today. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, 620-231-5620. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, a season high for Gavin Elkamil and a season high in points for the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. They have led by as much as 30 points. They're up 81-56. That is 2 points higher than their next highest score on the season. I have a feeling that may expand a little bit more as the second unit comes out onto the floor for the Dragons. As Alex Kafka with Jarrett Butcher, Javon Grant, Isaac Leverage, and Trenton Austin are on the floor for PHS. I think we may see a couple more players as well. Brett Weimers potentially as Leverage near side short corner works it back around to Grant, who's had a pretty good night with 3 points. But Gavin Elkamil, 32 points. Chase Curtis, 11.6 rebounds. And Marky English with 26.7 rebounds. All will call it a night. And as they punch out from work, I think they are pretty pleased with what they put forth, avenging a December 2017 loss to this Parsons team by 3. And to rout them at home has to be all the sweeter. Austin will catch, far side block, near into the court, uses his right arm to gain some separation as he manufactured some space. Wolgamott had it for a second off the defensive rebound, but Grant recovers offensively. Austin able to springboard over all the defenders and lay it in with the right hand. Good job by Grant as he has 3 points, 3 rebounds. Deep three, no by Williams as he is now 3 of 6 with Dalton Gromer to check in for PHS. Butcher comes out, and that sends the student section into a quasi-frenzy, all of them screaming for Gromer, one of the school favorites. Under 2 to go in the fourth, 83-56. And a foul as Grant attacked inside. And he slithered through the key and was bumped on his way to the rim. And it's a foul committed by Dalton Rohde.
So this right here is for the most points all season, correct?
The Dragons have already eclipsed that. They have a season high in scoring, yes.
Okay. And what game was that? You got to refresh me.
I think it was either the Carl Junction or the Lebec game. I have to go back and look. I had it pulled up here just a second ago to cross-reference, but right now, 84 points on the scoreboard, a season high for the Dragons and a season high for Gavin Elkamil. We will see a whole plethora of new faces following the next dead ball for the Vikings with 1:45 to go, and that's the white flag for Coach Houck as Yates muscles his way inside. No. Rohde with the offensive rebound to Wolgamott. He goes up, no ball, tipped around, hot potato drill. Another offensive rebound by Yates, who tried to go with the emphatic one-hand stick-back flush, but instead it's a foul. This one will be called against Austin. That is his third and the team's fourth of the second half as Brett Weimers will come in for the Dragons, and Austin will have his night over with. In terms of the new faces for the Vikings, as I have to scan quickly across the floor, it will be Tate Robinson, the junior guard, as well as the 6'5 sophomore Pierce Thomas. In addition, on the perimeter, who just bobbled the basketball on a pass, Ethan Pellick, the freshman guard. Right short corner, bounce pass from Pellick. He works it around the horseshoe. Right wing three is up, and it falls off from Trevor Straith, the sophomore 5'10 guard. Leverance has a little bit of room to work with. Blows by Rhodey and finishes. The Dragons next will host the Chinook Blue Comets on Friday in what will be a spectacular outing as the ball's rotated left corner, working with the sphere, dumping it off to the left wing is, I believe, Cooper Woodworth, the freshman. Right short corner three, no, excuse me, that was Rhodey who passed it around the cylinder before the rebound by Weimers. Kafka still pushing the issue. Grant right wing. He'll slow down the cadence of the offense and work it right back to the point. Slings it over to Kafka, right corner three. That one rattles home. Kafka and the rest of this Dragon squad has felt it from deep. 10 of 21 from the perimeter. And a great shooting effort, and the Dragons will come away with the 30-point victory, dropping a 30-burger on a very, very, very talented Parsons team. As time expires, it is the Dragons who prove victorious, 89-56. A tremendous effort all around as Pittsburg High School will take on Chinook next at home to play their last 9 of 10 games at home. And the Dragons with sole possession of first place in the SEK and a 2-game lead over Labette and the Vikings. That is the end of the series for the Vikings as both teams split. Labette will be next for a shot at potentially having that #1 spot in the SEK, but the chances grow slimmer and slimmer following what was an electrifying performance from Elkamil, English, and Curtis. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with final stats, and Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons boys basketball team. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong
at Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Let's go back live courtside.
Final score from Pittsburg High School on this Tuesday night edition of ESPN's 100.7 Southeast Kansas League basketball action. 89-56, a 30-burger laid on top of the Vikings, who kind of came out flat in this contest especially in the second half, and fell to the Dragons by a final score again of 81-56. Let's quickly go through the final stats. 11 points for Chase Curtis and 6 rebounds. 3 points for Kafka, 3 for Javon Grant, and also 3 rebounds. Isaac Leverins with 2 points, 4 points for Drew Rolfs. A season high for Gavin Elkamill and a game high of 32 points, 4 rebounds on 8 of 12 3-point shooting. Marquis English, 26 points, 7 rebounds. Jarek Butcher, 3 points. Tristan Austin, 4 points and 3 rebounds off the bench. And for the Vikings, Williams, 11 points. Johnson, 19 points. Lyons, 10 points on 2 of 5 shooting from downtown. And Johnson started perfectly. He went 6 of 6 going into halftime. And just that second half, he kind of languished throughout most of that third and fourth quarter. We are now joined by Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs. Coach, did that win feel a bit sweeter than any of the other games this season?
Well, it was nice. There's no doubt. I mean, it was, to get that margin there down the stretch. You don't expect that to happen. That's for dang sure. But, boy, it was nice to get all our kids in the game. I mean, our JV team's undefeated right now, and they've been playing really well. So for those guys to be able to get in there and get some minutes down the stretch was really nice.
Coach, talk about the offense, season high in scoring, 89 points, and then Gavin Elkamill lumped into that with his season high at 32 points and then 8 of 12 from downtown.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was feeling it there early, there's no doubt. And, when a guy gets going like that, you let it be. And, he knocked down a bunch of shots, so they had to adjust to that. Then we started pounding it inside, and then they had to kind of adjust to that. It was just, when we got guys kind of get going like that, we become really hard to deal with. Hats off to Parsons. They beat us over there. That's a good basketball team. We played really well tonight. He may
ask for a bit more rest after a performance like that. Just give me a game off, Coach. I'll come back and drop 30 points for you.
Right.
Talk about the third quarter, 31-12 outscoring the Vikings. Everything seemed to be working. I know you just mentioned how you attacked inside, but it just seemed the offense was so fluid and the unselfishness was on full display.
Well, I think that's a great point, what you said there, the unselfishness. We thought at the end of the second quarter, we thought we started settling for some things that we didn't need to because they weren't able to stop us inside. But I thought we settled for some things. So we went down at halftime and we had to talk about that. And I think our guys really, really adjusted. They came out zone. So they packed it inside to stop those layups. And we knocked down a few more jump shots again. They had to go back man. And like I said, when we get guys feeling it like they were feeling it tonight, we had it really flowing.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time and congratulations on the 89-56 win over the Vikings. And you guys clearly hold the number 1 position in the Southeast Kansas League now.
Well, we just got done talking. Nothing's over yet, that's for sure. We're a team that I feel like we can still get better, and we need to continue to try to get better. Thank you. Appreciate
no problem, Coach. Appreciate the time.
All right.
Once again, that was the always humble Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. Again, final score 89-56. The boys team absolutely lambasting the Vikings, who coming into this game had aspirations of taking that number 1 spot in the Southeast Kansas Conference, and that was quickly pulled away from them following a win against Labette County. And as for the girls' side, a 61-49 victory. Coach Krotz and his girls earned their first 3-game win streak of the season. They are now 500 in the Southeast Kansas Conference for the first time this season and have earned 7 victories on the year, inching closer to that 500 mark that has been ever elusive. Avi, any final notes?
Just an amazing job by both teams tonight, getting much-needed wins here in the SEK Conference and in front of the home crowd. Is it Friday homecoming?
Yep,
or
correct.
Friday's homecoming? Yep. So the big show, the big dance is on Friday. Get ready for that. It's going to be a bit of a distraction, but I know both coaches aren't going to worry about that as they know their players are going to be ready to go. And what a fun year we've had so far, Cameron, and it's only getting better.
I would agree. Sub-state just a couple weeks away, and we are slowly climbing to that time. And with that, special thanks back to Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio. From Avi Sharma, Cam Molina, have fun, be safe. This has been a broadcast from ESPN 100.7.com. We will see you all Friday for the matchup between the Purple Dragons and the Chinook Blue Comets. Pregame festivities scheduled about 5:40 p.m. Have fun, be safe, and until then, see ya.